Hello, everybody. Welcome to Scotty B Show. Today, I'm going to have a conversation with Robert and Gio in the Philippines, talking with Ed. I'm going to talk a little bit about YouTube, what brought us onto YouTube, what brought us together as far as the Philippines, and just travel in itself. So, first of all, let's bring up Mr. Robert M. and Gio in the Philippines. How are you guys? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine. Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Robert, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
There's talking with Ed.
Hey, Gio. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good to see you.
You too.
Talking with Ed. How are you, sir?
Yourself?
Talking with Ed. I don't know if you know Gio in the Philippines. Robert N.
How you doing, guys?
Hey, how you doing?
Really
See,
good.
Ed is you're in Daytona?
Daytona Beach, yes, sir.
Daytona, Florida. And Gio is from, I forget where you're from in Florida, Gio.
Well, I'm from Florida, but I'm in the Philippines.
Right. And of course, Robert, he thinks he's from Florida, but he lives in Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, boy.
So we all got a Florida connection. I was born in Sarasota, Florida. So
Okay.
we all got that going for us. So, yeah, first thing is I told Robert that I had to, don't know what I did with it. So here we go. Me and Robert are in business together. We're selling coffee from Thailand.
All right.
So if you guys are interested in some good smooth coffee, because I don't drink coffee.
Me either.
Why I don't drink coffee is because of the taste. I don't like that taste you get with it. And I tried this when he sent it to me, and I'm telling you what, smooth. I will drink this as coffee. I don't have to add anything to it. If I drink regular coffee, I'm putting a glass of milk and 3 scoops of sugar in there. And so I just drink hot chocolate. But this stuff is really, really smooth. So if you guys ever want to go to the website, check it out. It's in the descriptions down there. But anyway, we'll get started. I know, Gio, how'd your premiere go? You just got done with it?
Yeah, good. I had an attorney on, and we talked about because divorce is not legal in the Philippines, but there are ways around it. You can fly back to your country of residence, file for a divorce, then you have to come back and you have to do.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, you saw my video? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Now talking with Ed, you were in the service.
Yes, sir.
You're a veteran. Gio's a veteran. I'm a veteran. You have a thing coming up on your videos you want to tell us about?
Yes, I already started. Today was the first day. I'm doing 22 push-ups from the July 1st to July 31st. I'm doing awareness for the 22 veterans that commit suicide every day. So I'm doing that every day. I'm doing 22 push-ups until the 31st, and then whatever I get donation, all my money, I'm just going to donate to the cause and to the VA.
Well, we applaud you for that. And they said that a lot of that is from PTSD.
Yes, sir. I had PTSD when I came back, and I almost spent almost a year, therapy and stuff like that. So I'm good now. So.
Wow. All right, that's great. Is that for this month? Is that PTSD month or something?
Yeah, PTSD month was in June, but I'm doing the suicide awareness of the veterans. They commit suicide. 22 veterans every single day. That's kind of sad.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. But you guys, when were you in, Ed?
94 to 2014.
Okay. I was in a little bit earlier. I was late 70s, early 80s. And
My dad was
Gio was in just after me, wasn't it, Gio?
Quite a ways after you. I was in at the same time Ed was. I was in 99. I started off in the Florida National Guard, St. Petersburg. Okay. They were going to activate us, and I was like, well, heck, I might as well go active duty. And so I went active duty, and I made sure I could get a place overseas, Germany, and then I ended up getting out, and then I kind of missed it actually, and I got back into the National Guard in Colorado. So actually, I spent 10 years. I kicked myself for not retiring, but Yeah.
I only signed for 3 years because in the 90s, if you remember, it was only 3 years. The minimum was 3 years. So
Right.
I said, what, might as well pay for my college. So I did 2 years of college first, so I can go with a little bit of rank. So I went as an E4 when I had 2 years of college, and then those 3 years became six became 8, I mean 10, 5, 15 more years, I mean whatever. I mean, is it 5? I mean, I was stationed in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, Fort Hood. I went for Jackson. That's why I did my basic training. I went in Parksburg, Germany. I did for 5 years. Went to Korea, and from Germany, I did 2 tours in Iraq, and then came back here in Fort Lee, Virginia. So.
Relaxing Jackson. That's where I went to basic training too.
It was hot because June 29 is when I got in 94. So I committed. That's almost 27 years already. So
yeah.
It was fun, man.
So how long were you in for, Ed? How long
20 and a half, because you always have that half a month or half 6 months to paperwork and do all that stuff.
Yeah, that's if I wasn't stupid, I would have done the same thing. Got in there, got that retirement, got out early, and got to do other things and had some money coming in when they decided to send you some. So, I mean,
different times, different. My dad was in Vietnam, so he did 6 years, and because of the other stuff that he had, Agent Orange and stuff like that. So.
Well, you guys didn't have it easy over there neither.
No, sorry.
I mean, they were. Remember guys were talking about that VA hospital last month when I was there, and you guys didn't have it easy over there at all. So,
I'm using hearing aids. I lost my hearing, so I was like, wow. I like these ones because these ones are Bluetooth. They connect to your phone, to the TV, so you don't have to put the volume up. I always have the volume up, and my wife, can you put that down?
They've come a long ways. The hearing aids is huge.
Yeah, exactly. It was like just using now these ones you can't even see it, and because that ringing on my ears is killing me. I mean, I can't even sleep sometimes. It's crazy.
Wow, jeez. Okay, so Ed, are you and Faye married then?
We engaged. We engaged for 5 years now together.
Okay.
We have a little boy. So.
Did you meet her in the Philippines?
No, we met. She was here already. She was here. Yeah, she was married. She was married before, and she lost her husband. Her first husband. He died. So, and then I met her after that. So she was a widow when I met her.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wow. And so have you been to the Philippines?
Never been to the Philippines. Weird thing is I've been all around Asia, China, Japan, Thailand. Never missed that little island, the Philippines. Never been there. I'm like, man, I should go. It's kind of weird. I've been to every single island in Asia, and that Philippines, I missed it or something happened. I don't know.
So out of the four of us, Gio's the only one that's been to the Philippines. And Gio, how long have you been there? 6 years?
5 years. I lived in Vietnam. I've been to Malaysia, Thailand, China, some other countries as well. So,
are you back teaching now, or they haven't started again?
Well, I teach part-time, but it's my own business now. I teach privately, and I teach what's called IELTS, where students have to take this exam to be able to go to a university overseas, like the UK or Australia, because their English has to be at a certain level. Or some countries, even if you get married to a foreigner, like the UK, before they can get their residency and live there, or get granted the long-term visa, they have to pass this IELTS test. So, so I do that.
So you're not going to go back to regular teaching? I know you had talked about it one time, maybe a little bit, but
maybe. I mean, right now the whole world is a mess. Right now, I mean, the job I had lined up in Malaysia fell through when the pandemic happened. When the pandemic happened, I was actually in Malaysia, and I had a girlfriend here, and I had an apartment in Dumaguete, and I literally had to get back. I flew back on the very last day you could get back into the Philippines or leave the Philippines. On the very last day, I was flying into Manila, and it was just chaotic. It was crazy. I think I did a video on that. But
yeah, and I started watching you. I think right after the pandemic started, I came across your channel and watched you pretty much through the whole pandemic and stuff. You know, because when we started, everybody was talking 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was everything. Oh, another couple weeks.
Sure.
Yeah.
Robert, you haven't been to the Philippines, but you've been to Thailand. You own a condo in Thailand. You own partially of a farm in Thailand. And
Yes.
so when you get done with baseball season, you're going to Thailand and then you're going to the Philippines, or are you going over to the Philippines at all?
Not sure. Depends on if it opens or when it opens. If I
Right.
can make it.
And because you own a condo in Thailand, is that going to make it easier for you to get in there if things are still kind of tight in Thailand, or?
No, I think it's as easy as you can get in the situation.
Okay.
I'll get in there with the path they gave. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better.
Take your sailboat over there. They'll let you in.
He's like, I'll get in there, even if I have to get on a fishing boat and smuggle myself in. I'll get in there.
No, that's
Exactly.
Knitbomb. Me and Knitbomb are going to go over on a cargo ship.
Oh, okay.
We're just
I was supposed to go last year to Philippines with Faye, but because of pandemic, everything shut down. We can't even go, and then NASCAR shut down too. So they go my work. So oh boy.
yeah. Now you said you're coming to Michigan this week.
Yes, sir. I'll be in Michigan from the actually Monday. I'll be leaving from here, and I'll be until the 21st. There's a 3-day festival, Faster Horses. I think is the name of it. It's a country event.
Okay.
Country music event. I'll be landing in Detroit, Michigan on Monday, and I have to know where. I don't know where the stadium is, so I gotta go. It's my first time going up there in Michigan, but I'll let you know.
Yeah, because I'm up here in Michigan. I'm down.
Yeah, so I saw that. I said, wait a second, he's in Michigan. Let me see.
I'm just south of Detroit, and right now I'm north of Detroit. I'm up in Bay City, up by the Thumb area they call it. So
Okay.
I kind of get around and stuff. So yeah, get in touch with me if you get some free time or something.
Okay.
Just catch up on something. Aztec, how you doing, buddy? MAGA, huh? You're still getting in trouble over there. Big ups, Robert and Scott. Hello, Aztec. Hi, Scott.
So Gio, how you got into the Philippines with all this pandemic? Are you married to a Filipina?
No, I was in the Philippines before the pandemic
Okay.
happened. Like I said, I literally got in the day when they were going to lock things down.
Mhm.
I flew from Malaysia back into the Philippines,
Okay.
and they have allowed you to stay as
Oh. Okay.
unless if you have an existing visa, and you can extend. Philippines is one of those unique countries where you can extend your tourist visa up to 3 years without ever having to leave.
Oh. Okay.
I will hit my 3-year mark in June next year, so I'll have at the end of June. And
You have
then
to
the
leave and come back.
Philippines,
Come back with
you have
24
to be
hours.
gone
Right?
at least 24 hours, and then you
Okay.
can come back. So in 1 year, if the Philippines is still not open, I can't imagine that's the case, but then I would be like the rest of you guys. But I probably would end up going to Thailand or Indonesia or Colombia. I just can't live in the U.S. anymore. I just can't do it.
I hear you, man. It's like,
I love my country. I served, but I just don't want to live there.
Don't say it won't happen, because remember, like I said, I followed you from the beginning of this pandemic, and everybody was saying
Right.
2 weeks, and you said, "Oh, I think it's going to be a little bit longer." And then it went a couple months, and then everybody's like, "Well, maybe September." And
Right.
yeah, it's been a long year and a half almost to get through all this, and it's crazy to think. Because I kept saying last couple months, I said, I can't imagine the Philippines, and I've never been there, but listening to everything that goes on, they make their money from September to the end of December or January, the Christmas tourism.
Christmas, yeah.
And I can't imagine them going through another Christmas without tourists. What are they going to do for money? I mean, they're already down and out right now. So it's kind of hard to imagine if they go through another Christmas season with no tourists over there.
Well, this condo that I'm living in is only at like a 25% occupancy level, and a lot of these owners, like they came by the other day, the electric company came and pulled the meters out from like 100 different units. Wow. Because they were behind on their electric. They haven't paid their foreclosing They can't pay their electric. A lot of these condos are owned by overseas Filipino workers. And a lot of them have gotten laid off from the other countries, sent back home, no job, no income coming in. And so the investment they made and was hoping to make money on, like renting it out, long-term lease or Airbnb, has not happened now, and again, foreclosed on. So,
wow, that's getting crazy. That is just getting crazy. Now, the guys that are in Mexico, it looked like some of them guys have left Mexico. They stayed their stay or something. I don't know if anybody knows anybody. I know you knew a couple people that went down there, Gio, but it looks like following some guys on the YouTube thing, it looks like some of them might have left or moved to a different area or something. So,
well, Mexico is another unique country that you get 6 months, I believe, initially, and then you think you can come right back in or something.
Kind of leave for 24 hours and come back if you can.
I think so. Colombia is another one. There's Cambodia. You can stay for a year without leaving.
I just saw one country say that they're allowing, what do they call it, nomads or whatever, the guys that that are on the computers all the time. Can't think of what they call them, but
digital nomads.
Digital nomads, yeah. So there's a couple countries now that are setting up. I saw an island actually. I can't remember the name of the island, and this whole island is for digital nomads now. That's all it is. And you're allowed to come over there. If you're a digital nomad, you can come in. No problem. No questions asked. And it's kind of
like a leper colony.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird because they were talking about how everything is set up for digital nomads everywhere you go over on that island, and it's like I don't even know how they get internet over there. It's out in the middle of nothing, and that's all it is. Just a small island. So, yeah, you can't get internet in the Philippines, but you go out this little island someplace, and there you go.
That's what I heard. The Philippines are hard to get internet, huh?
I'm sorry?
I heard that it's very hard. It's very difficult, the internet in the Philippines.
It's getting better. I mean, you can see my internet. It's doing fine, and it's getting better. Fiber is starting to pop up all over. But there are some areas that it's
I think it's if you're in the province, I don't think you can count on internet much at all out there.
Well, it's not even the internet; it's brownouts. Like the electric will go out, and so even if your internet's going, you get these brownouts. So. Hey guys, I wish I could stay a long time. Unfortunately, this morning I was listening to music and I dropped my phone and I got the
disco.
So
I'm going to get it fixed.
I'm crossing my fingers because this is a pretty new phone, so we'll see if I can replace the LCD in the screen.
I have that problem.
You don't have to get a new one.
I have that problem with my new one because I can't get a soft back for it, so it's a hard back, so it's really slippery, and just setting it on something, it slides across and everything. Yeah. And my Samsung 9 has a rubber back on it, so it sticks to everything. And this one, I set it down and it slides everywhere.
Or if one of you guys could overnight a new iPhone 12 to me, that'd be great.
Well, I'm not the iPhone guy. That would be Robert. Robert's the iPhone guy.
I just have a Vivo, but anyway, good chatting with you guys.
Before you leave, Nippon wants to know if you could tell us when the Philippines is opening.
It will open up January 2nd at 10:46 a.m.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you coming on, Gio.
Hey, no problem. Take care.
All right. Bye.
See you later.
I knew he was going to have to leave. He said he had some things to do today, but he wanted to come on anyway, and I appreciate him coming by, stopping to say hello. We catch up with everybody. We got Faye out there. Hello, Faye. How are you? Hello, Aztec. Hello, Nip Bomb. Hello, Maze. Simple World. Who am I missing here? The Kingly Way. Hello, how are you, buddy? And that's it. Okay. So we'll get back. Robert, what about you? So your plans are after baseball season, because of your job, you're going to go to Thailand first, and then if the Philippines open, you're going to the Philippines, or if you have time? Yeah. And you've never been to the Philippines neither, so we're all doing well. We don't know nothing about the Philippines. We lost the only guy that does. That's fine. But so are you guys, Ed? Are you guys planning on going to the Philippines? when
Yes,
things
I
loosen
mean,
up?
hopefully when they open soon enough, hopefully next year. I mean, we were planning to go last year, but because of pandemic thing, so and then everything shut down. So, but hopefully next year we hoping to go. Yeah, I mean, Faye hasn't been there in probably like maybe 10 years.
Wow,
So
really?
yeah, so
That's,
and I've never been, so I'm hoping to go.
yeah, well, and I was planning on going over there last year when the pandemic hit. Also, had plans to go that summer, even though it's kind of the worst time of year to go.
Yeah,
But that, for me, it would have been the best time to go over there. And so when the pandemic hit, that crushed me, and that's where I met up with Gio because I had to quit driving over the road for a couple of weeks. Just everybody had to kind of slow down for a minute, get their bearings straight, because nobody could find any masks, nobody could find any hand sanitizer, because everybody, everything sold out for quite a while there. And so I got off the road for a couple of weeks and started watching the YouTube, and that's where I kind of started following all this stuff. Before you met Faye, did you know anything about the Philippines, or did you
no,
follow
actually,
anybody?
no, I at all. I mean, I used to follow like regular YouTubers. I mean, like a Canadian guy, becoming Filipino. I follow him and other people but after that, before that, I had no clue about Philippines at all. Nothing.
Did you do any YouTube or?
No, I started doing YouTube 2 years ago, but I was talking with Ed. Started in Facebook Live. I was doing it for 5 years
Oh
in
wow.
Facebook Live. So I was doing like 5 minute sketches or for veterans, because I used to work actually in Baltimore. I used to travel from Philadelphia to Baltimore for the VA. So both VAs back and forth, and I used to do a conference for all these PTSD guys that came in from the service. I sit down with them and talk with them because I had the same thing they had, so we were talking with them and everything, and then I traveled back to Philadelphia on the Greyhound and come back. So I used to be in Baltimore like every other week. so
Wow.
so I understand Baltimore.
They got a big VA hospital there then.
And Baltimore is very nice. I like it because right in the city and you can see it. I mean, it's very nice. I like that one.
What's the name of that one? You remember?
I can't remember.
Maybe I'm thinking of the one in Washington D.C. That's a big one, but it might be Baltimore. Robert, do you know the VA hospital over there?
No, I don't.
Okay. Yeah, I can't think of that one because they got in trouble. That was when I think when Trump took over or something. There was something going on at the hospital, and they had
Walter Reed.
Walter Reed. That's one in Baltimore.
DC.
Okay.
DC area.
Yeah, that's the big one where everybody goes, from what I hear and stuff. But yeah,
I told Faye that if we plan to go to the Philippines and maybe buy a condo or something, me personally, I have to live near the city because I have to be close to a VA hospital. Because I get treated and every other month, so I have to go and treat myself. And I think Manila is the only one that's big enough down there. So.
Well, Gio was. I know when I followed Gio, we used to talk about the VA hospital over there, and what they said was like you could only get taken care of if it was combat injuries or something. That you know what I'm saying. Like me, I can use the VA hospital, but it has nothing to do with combat injuries.
Yeah.
So if I went over to the Philippines, I couldn't use the VA hospital.
Okay. Yeah, you had to be certified connected.
Right. Yeah. So how long have you been out of the service?
2014 was my last year. So
7 years.
7 years. Yeah.
How old are you?
47.
Wow. Okay. I thought you were in your 30s.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm 47. 2 more years, I'll be 50. So
don't rush.
I can celebrate. No.
I don't know why I'm saying 50. It's like all of a sudden your taste buds and everything change.
Yeah, it's half a century. So I mean, all my bones and joints feels like I'm like 80. So I can't. I got arthritis and my hearing is lost. My knees are shattered.
Well, you're a happy guy though. That's a good thing about that.
Yes, I mean, I always have to be always happy. I mean, laugh at everything you can, man. You can't be depressed, man.
You can't fight with everything. I mean, look at Robert. He fights with everybody.
Are you Robert? Empire?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just work for the team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not umpire.
Umpire, Robert.
Like a referee or something, because I mean they get hit all the time, man. They get. I don't want to be an umpire.
They don't want that. I'd throw them all out.
No, Robert's just the boss of a team or something.
Oh, nice.
You know,
Baltimore
something like
Orioles,
that.
huh?
Yeah, unfortunately, he said he wants to know if he worked for the Baltimore Orioles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used to go every time I get up from the train station. I walk to the big stadium and I see them practicing. You can go inside and see everything.
Well, he lives right down. He lives right across the lake from it, Robert. Right down the road, Robert.
Yeah, right across
Something
the bay.
like that. Yeah.
Oh, right down. Okay, the harbor area.
Yeah, in the harbor, Canton.
Yeah, all the boats and everything. All the restaurants are there. They're nice. I like it down there. It's very nice. The area is nice. Outside Baltimore, now I like it that much.
Well,
it's rough.
North of Pratt is bad.
Yeah.
Well, as a over the road driver, I never wanted to go to Baltimore. I've been there a couple times, but I never, usually like we'll go to a truck stop and I would just get out. But I never stayed in the big cities anyway, because if you're in the city, there's always trouble. So get outside the city and sit.
They got the Air Force base there too.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. Yeah, Robert, was that you?
What, Andrews?
Yeah. I used to go there to fix their weapons on there. I was an armor, so I fixed weapons for most of the time. So.
Are you connected with NASCAR, or are you just connected with the company that goes to these stadiums and does stuff?
I'm connected with the company because we were AmeriCrown, and then until the beginning of this year in January, Levy took over all the concession area and food and beers and stuff like that. So and then we contracted by NASCAR. So every that NASCAR owns, we go and set up everything, concessions, everything else. This is the first year I went to Indy. I've never been to Indy, and that's a different event. But because Levy is connected to Indy, so we went to Indianapolis, and that was a great experience, man. I was like, wow.
Cool track, isn't it?
Yeah, it's huge. It has a golf course inside the track. Like, what? So I took a video and I did. The big boss took us inside the speedway, and we get to kiss the track and the brick. It was fun.
That was awesome when I saw that video of that, man, because I know a lot of guys would love to do that.
Yeah.
But is it Daytona that has a lake in the middle of it? They can fish in it.
They can fish in it. Yep. And they even do. Last year they did the. It's like a triathlon, and they swim in that lake. They run the bicycle and they run the course. So it's crazy. It was the first time they do it there. I was like, wow, a triathlon there?
Did they run the race course?
No. It was they swim first, they run, and then the bicycle around the track. They did
triathlon.
Okay.
The triathlon, yes, triathlon.
Wow. I wouldn't even want to ride a bike around the track, because the way them tracks.
That thing's crazy.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool, man. And so, are you coming up? You don't know where you're working at? What stadium or anything?
No, I don't know yet. No.
Hey, Sean Williams, how are you, buddy?
I know we land. From here I go to North Carolina. We go to Detroit, and we land in Detroit. So after that, they might pick us up, or we rent a car somewhere. To be honest, it's three of us, and then our manager. We go in there.
What's the name of course, you remember what the name of the event was?
Fastest Horses.
Fastest Horses.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's Hazel Park. They used to have a racetrack or a horse track in Hazel Park.
Let me see. Fastest Horses.
I'm just intrigued. I never heard of that event, but I don't pay a whole lot of attention much anymore. I don't have time.
I saw your program. You were in the 500. I think you streamed it.
Well, you can't show it because exactly. of copyright. So all you can do is play the radio. Excuse me, but StreamYard is so difficult that when you share a page, it really eats up whatever you're doing. Eats up a lot of battery and stuff.
Oh, it's good. It's gonna be at the Michigan International Speedway.
Oh, okay. Yep,
Yeah,
I know where that's at. Been by there many times.
As is fastest horses.
Fastest horse. When are they racing them? Where are they racing?
No,
this weekend?
it's a 3 day event, a festival. It's great. I mean, it's gonna be over 120,000 people in there.
Is it during the weekdays, Ed, or
No,
during
it's
the weekday?
actually it's gonna be. Let me see here. 19, the 20, and 21. July
that's
19, 20, 21st.
That's 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Okay,
July,
so you're not
so-
coming. You guys are coming up next week or the week after then?
Yeah, we're coming. I'll be there Monday.
And so you got to stay up here for 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, I
Wow.
think it's 17 days. Yeah, they're gonna hotel and everything. So,
Wow, that's
and they give us like $25 per diem a day, so it's not bad.
that's cool. Sure.
Yeah.
Too bad you can't. Too bad you can't bring Faye with you.
I know. She wanted, but she got to work. She work in the hospital, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she could take a couple weeks off.
Yeah, I know. I told her. Right?
Motel's paid for, right?
Exactly.
You can't beat that.
Yeah, I know.
So when is the last time you've been traveling, Ed?
Beside work, last time I did, it was before I met Faye. I was in Bangkok for 2 weeks doing some training there, and then I went to Germany for a couple. I did the whole backpacking Europe before that.
This is after the service?
Yes, yep.
Wow.
And then I came back and I just want to settle, and I met Faye, and we've been together
Robert,
for 5 years.
Robert, you've been other places in Thailand, other country, or no?
I'm sorry.
Have
what?
you been to another country other than Thailand yet?
Few.
Where have you been?
Mexico, the UK, Italy, London.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I don't know why England has always been an interest to me, and it's
I
not
like it.
about the women. Like I think it's because my name is real last name is Bunting, which is English, and so I remember years ago we sent away for the English crest of it and stuff, and I always thought it would be kind of cool to go over there and see the country, but I don't think it's that safe over there the way I see things.
I mean, right now, I don't know. I mean, I went there in beginning of I think 2010 or 2010-11. I was up there.
Really?
I mean, I like it. The one country I always say I was going to retire to live is Germany. Germany is one of the cleanest countries I've ever been in my life. It's very clean. I mean, it's. I think they follow a narrow thing that is. I don't think everybody respect everybody there, but it's very nice. I like Germany. I really do. I mean,
Yeah, Gio seemed to like it over there. When I went in beginning of '79 in the service. And when I signed up, it's because a friend of mine signed up, and so I joined too. But he went. I can't remember what he went into. I went into the MPs, and he went into like engineers or something. And right away after his training, he went over to Germany, and he was at a place over there. He said they called it the Rock. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
He was the army, or
Yeah, he was in the army. They called it the Rock. He said this was where he was stationed at.
It's near Munich.
I honestly don't know for sure where it was. There
was a base there called Parksburg, but that base closed recently. A couple, I think, in the beginning of 2000 closed. Right now a bunch of bases in Germany that closed. They only have one in Frankfurt, Ramstein Air Force Base, and I think other one I can't be mistaken. Just 3 bases only open in Germany right now. They had a lot. How they open? They closed a bunch of them.
Well, he claims, and I've talked to people when I was in the service, and they claim it's true that they had, like, if I guess you stand guard out there, you have to take turns standing guard out there, and he said that the rabbits were as big as dogs over there.
I don't know.
Now also, a lot of guys in Germany at that post were very high all the time.
Yeah.
Because when he came home, his mind was not right at all. He got into it so strong that he was pretty much out of it, and he came home. I think not too long after I did, but I didn't get back to Michigan to see him, and he passed away because he was just flipped out from what I heard, and he got into them drugs so strong over there. I guess they got some good stuff in Germany. I guess.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
I never smoked in my life, so I don't know. I never did.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I talked to a few guys because he told me about this. We were both in the service still. He told me about these rabbits, and I'm like, what? So where I was in Alabama, I got wasn't that I got lucky. I was trying to get out of Alabama as an MP unit. After I did my year at Alabama, I was supposed to be able to go overseas. We had half of our company was relieved of duty. MPs were relieved of duty because they were breaking and entering. They were busted with drugs and assault. And so half of our unit was relieved of duty. So when I wanted to leave, when my year was up, they said, we can't let you go because we don't have enough people here. So it was not a fun place to be in Alabama.
Alabama, yeah.
I mean, I was a heavy drinker back then, but it was just, I wanted to get, I didn't go into service to be in Alabama.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like when they sent me, I went to Korea, and then I picked a bay. My first jurisdiction was Korea, so I did a year there. After that, you can pick wherever you want to go. So I said, I picked Puerto Rico. The base down there to be closer to my mom, and I was there a year. I mean, 2 years in Puerto Rico at Fort Buchanan, and then after that, you have some orders. Where I'm going? Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Like, no. That was the worst. I mean, I'd rather be in Leonard Wood and doing something than Fort Sill, Oklahoma. It's insane. That base sucks so bad. I mean, it's in the middle of nowhere, the desert, and it's all artillery unit. It's all tankers. You hear boom, boom, boom every time practicing. You can't even sleep. I'm like, oh my Lord.
Well, isn't that the post that they just arrested those guys for killing that one female soldier? Was that?
No, I think that was it. That was for Hood, Texas.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Hood, Texas. Yeah, Hood, Texas. Yeah.
But still, who wants? Oklahoma's like Alabama. What do you want to go there?
I mean, the small town is Lawton, Oklahoma. If you want to go to Oklahoma City, that's like a 2 hours away. I mean, like it's
there's really not a whole lot in Oklahoma City.
If you want to go to Texas and or Colorado, we used to go to Colorado on time so we could ski and stuff like that. But because there's nothing in Oklahoma. It's really nothing.
We used to go down to Florida, down to Panama Beach. We get our 2-day break and we'd shoot down there to the beach for a couple of days. And I had bought a car off a guy when I went in for $200. And this was in 1979. I bought a 66 Buick Wildcat that, it got 10 miles to the gallon on the highway and 7 in the city, had a 455 engine.
It's huge.
The seats were all just ripped apart, and I bought it for $200 just to get around in and stuff. And we used to take it down to Panama City and sit on the beaches for the weekend and stuff. And the guys go do their thing, and I'd leave the car just parked right at the beach the whole weekend. We'd all just walk away from it. And nobody'd ever steal it or not. It's one of those things where you try to leave $20 on the seat and
they won't take it. They're not gonna take that car. they drive it a mile and they are without gas already.
Even $20, yeah. But it was fun though. I mean, I had a good time. I just drank too heavily and didn't know when to stop. That was my problem. So. But I lived in talking about Texas. I lived in Houston, Texas for a couple of years, which I'll never get back for the rest of my life. But that was a hot, humid
Texas,
hurricane place coming up out of that Gulf of Mexico. We got a couple hurricanes when I was down there, always flooding all over the place.
Yeah, I always get hit. It's like living in the coast of Louisiana and other stuff. I always do want to get hit. Crazy. I was born and raised in Connecticut, and I mean I love being upstate and everything, but it's just too expensive. They tax you for everything. My retirement they tax it. Here in Florida they don't tax it. I'm like, Well, might as well go into the workplace. You only pay one tax anyway. You pay federal. You don't pay state tax here. You don't pay nothing. And then they give breaks to veterans on houses and stuff like that. You don't pay taxes on that.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
might as well go because up New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, they killed you.
Yeah, Michigan,
Man.
they kill you too. Michigan,
like,
they get you on state tax, city tax, county tax, and you know, I when I was married, we had bought a house in the city up here, and the house was on a corner lot. They charge us for sewage for the street going in front of us, and charge us for sewage for the street going inside of us. I said, you know what? We only have one sewer pipe coming into the house. They said, yeah, but it's hooked to both of those. I'm like,
oh, jeez. They get away with it, man. They just
maybe I should move to Florida.
Yeah, come down here.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah. I
Say
said
hello
maybe
to Janice.
Janice.
She's in the chat.
Oh, Jenny?
Huh?
Jenny Del Cruz?
Yeah,
Okay. Hi, Jenny Del Cruz.
it's Janice, though.
Janice. I don't think I've met her before.
Hey, Sean. Sean's there.
Hey, Sean. Sean Williams. But yeah, I mean, I was
read some
thinking about
comments.
moving. 'Cause I was born in Sarasota, but I only stayed there till
Sarasota.
I was about 1 year old. So
Oh.
I remember we were living in Arizona, my ex-wife and I, and I've been a outside contractor for quite a while as a delivery guy and stuff. And I had applied for a contract with the company down there, and they said, "Oh, we can't hire you. You were in prison down in Florida." I said, I lived in Florida. I was born in Florida, but I only lived there till I was 1 year old, and I don't remember being in prison at 1 year old. And come to find out, I should have sued them because they were using a third-party background checkers, which you're not allowed to do for jobs, you know. And because I called the third-party company up, and they said, well, you know, if their name is close to your name or if their social security number is close to yours, we just put it under who's ever.
What?
I said, what do you mean? I said, yeah, if it's
crazy.
close, she said, well, they're not supposed to use it for work and stuff, work-related stuff. So, you know, I probably could have sued them or something, but that's not me. It didn't really cost me a whole lot of money, but, you know, it just, I told the guy, I said, I don't know what you guys are doing, but you're doing it wrong, you know, so.
That's crazy.
But when I first got married the second time, we went to buy a house, and they came back and said, well, you owe 3 different police departments money. So I called up all 3 of those police departments. They said, no, it's not you. You know, so I had to sign the paper saying it wasn't me. And so I'm pretty sure my identity's been stolen at least one time or two.
Mine got stolen twice. I had to go to a bunch of stuff from one was I was in the service and they broke into my car. I had my military gear, I had my passport in there. So because I just came from overseas, and they broke into my Jeep. They took everything. I was gonna get a house in East Hartford, Connecticut, and they said I had something. I bought a house in Arizona and a brand new truck in Arizona. I said I've never been to Arizona. There's no base for us in Arizona. I said, but it was it was a guy from Mexico. They stole my identity, and I said, "That's not my face, man. Look at me. Look at that guy. Yeah, his name is Eduardo, man. It was just to make, yeah. It was my passport. My passport picture was cut into a poster. Yeah, I had a bunch of paperwork. It cost me almost like $1,000-something just to fix everything up. It's crazy.
Well, see, and I had talked to people about that, and they said the same thing. You know, it's going to take you years and a lot of money. And I said, to me, it's worth it, but it isn't worth it. I mean, it's not on my federal record. You know, it's not because these third-party background checkers, they can't do nothing. They can't put it on your federal record. So, you know, when somebody says, oh, this says you've been in jail or something, like I did with those guys in Arizona that turned me down for that, I went to the Florida website. I put in all my information, did a background check on myself, pulled it up as nothing, and took it to them, said, there you go. Oh, well, you know, we can't take that. I said, you're going to accept a third rate, you know, and you call the company and they barely speak English. So,
yeah,
you know, you know where they're coming from and stuff.
Yeah.
Mr. Mitch. How are you doing, Mr. Mitch?
Hey, Mitch, hello. Yeah.
But,
Hey,
Robert.
Mr. Mitch.
Huh?
Yeah.
Isn't he from the Thailand site?
He's everywhere.
Is he? That's
So
right.
what
I
you
know
do?
his name from.
So what do you do now, Scotty?
I drive over the road, but right now me and Robert are kind of in business together, doing some coffee dealing with Thailand people, which is, you know, it's like Philippines. You waiting on a snail to cross the island.
Yeah.
But, you know, the lockdowns are hurting us a little bit
Yeah.
because they keep locking down over there and then reopen and lock it down. So
You locked it down again, huh? Again.
well, I don't know, Robert. Are they? Did they just re-lock down or part of Bangkok or what, Robert?
Not yet. No.
Yeah.
They're
It's still open then.
It's still open. Yeah.
So hopefully their stuff got sent out.
Different parts of the country are. Yeah.
So yeah, so we're just doing the coffee thing and a little bit of YouTube, and Robert's working his butt off down there in Florida and Baltimore, getting things done down there. So right now I've been driving over the road since 2005, I believe. So it's been about 16 years, and I know a lot of guys have been doing it 30, 40 years, but I just got tired of it. This last year and a half, because of the pandemic, I lost all 4 of my work vans because I had no drivers, because the drivers went home and then they started giving them 6. See, before, if you were an independent contractor, you couldn't get unemployment. If you quit your job, you could. Now they gave them unemployment. So guess what they did? They all went home.
Yep.
Said, I can sit home and get, $600 a week. Why do I need to come out and drive?
Yep.
In the meantime, I got 4 van payments at $1,000 a pop, plus insurance, plus maintenance. And I did that for 5 months on my own, and finally ran out of money and said, just can't do it no more because, and nobody was coming back out to work yet. I mean, they're still getting some of that unemployment bonus, I guess. I know some places are canceling it out, but they got to get people back to work because, heck, they can't even hire them at McDonald's right now.
No, right now here in Florida, the governor here, he suspended all unemployment on June 26th. So everybody have to go to work. No more unemployment here. So
Right.
I'm like, thank you, Jesus, because it was hurting everybody. I mean, we go to a restaurant and we can't even sit down because they only have one server. It was you're waiting for like 2 hours to serve it. It's ridiculous.
Well, and things that you used to be in open 24 hours,
Yeah.
we're not open 24 hours anymore. They had nobody to work night shift or second shift, so they were just open one shift, it seems like. And yeah, it was killing a lot of
all the
business.
fast foods are lines and lines outside that you can't get in, don't open. Like only like 2 people inside, 3 people inside doing burgers or something. It's crazy.
When I see a couple McDonald's up here that have already decided you can come in and order, but you got to use the kiosk.
The kids, they don't.
And they're talking about taking out all the seating in the restaurant as it is because they don't want anybody in there anymore.
Yep.
So they come in and get it and go, which I guess is fine for most people because usually like McDonald's, you don't go there to sit and, like a restaurant you do,
Take it and go, yeah.
Right. So I don't know how that won't affect them too much. People can't live without McDonald's for some reason.
Know.
I got mad and quit going because my truck was too tall to go through the drive-through during the pandemic. Okay. And that's all that was open was drive-thrus. So the only time I could get something to eat at a restaurant was when I went to the truck stop to get gas and stuff, and then they'd have a restaurant open in there. So
that's great.
The McDonald's wouldn't let you in or anything, so I just gave up on them. But that's probably a good thing anyway.
Yeah. That's sodium. Yeah.
Right. And Robert, what are they doing over there in Baltimore? Are things reopening pretty good over there or what?
Yeah, yep. It's opening pretty good.
They got are they hurting for employees over there too? Are a lot of places closing up at night and stuff?
A lot of businesses are hurting for employees. A lot of people don't want to work right now.
Yeah.
Have they canceled the unemployment bonus over there yet or no?
They canceled it. So
did they?
They got rid of it.
Work. Good.
Yeah, I heard Michigan was supposed to cancel it. I don't know. This new governor we got up here is no Looney Tune or something. I don't know, but hopefully she gets it right and stuff. But so as far as are you and Faye plan on doing any traveling or anything? I know like Robert had talked about. I don't know when he's getting close to retirement. He's pretty old, Robert, I guess. But he only has the off season to go and do whatever he can do real quick and stuff. But since I know you're working, but are you semi-retired then, Ed, or what?
Yeah, I'm still working. I didn't choose to get the retirement yet.
Okay.
I let it to go because I still can work, but as soon as my body shuts down or doesn't no more, then I can just turn back on and just get it. I know if I can't, like I told Faye, if I can't work no more, I'm gonna apply for all the benefits. I still get free medical. That's no problem. Right. And then I just waive the pension until at least 60.
Oh, okay. That's a good thing, really. I mean, if you can afford to do that, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm still working and paying on my Social Security, so that's right. double dipping, call it.
Well, it's like me. I was talking to a guy, and he said, "Well, why do you get the VA hospital? You were only in for I think it was in for 3 years." I said, I don't get 100%. I get 50%. So when I go in, I pay half of a doctor bill. I pay half of the medication and stuff like that. But that still helps. It's kind of like having insurance. You don't get so much off of it and stuff like that.
It's still cheaper than regular doctors. I mean, so.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, but I still don't like doctors. So because
I hate the VA too completely. VA to get an appointment there is insane. I mean, I have a stomach because I got ulcers. So I mean, I get to get they have to check me every time. Every time I go, it's like 6 months to 5 months. Like I'm in pain now. Why do I have to wait 5-6 months? I mean, that's what, man. I'm sorry to say it, but that's why most veterans they commit suicide because they can't wait. They're so desperate to find help that they don't get it. In Tampa last year, Sergeant Major he shot himself right in the parking lot of the VA hospital.
Yeah. I heard about that.
Like crazy. I mean,
VA
they need to fix this system in the VA hospital.
Well, not too long after I got out, I think it was in the mid '80s or something. And I had come because when I got out, I came back to Michigan. Then I went down to Texas and worked as security down there. But when I remember, maybe it was later in the mid '80s, maybe it was around 90 or something. And I had come back up here for some reason. And I married my first wife and had like an anxiety attack, but she thought I was having maybe a heart attack or something. And so she took me over. She said, "Let's go to the doctor." And so we went to the VA, and they were so rude, and the place was so dirty and disgusting. I was like, I'm not staying here, And they were so rude to her that I had never went back. And then the last when did they come out with the new IDs now? A couple of years ago, 4 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years ago, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they contacted me and, about getting the ID, and I said, well, okay. And so I'll give it another try. And I used the one in Ann Arbor now, the VA hospital down there. And it's a pretty nice place. I have a new doctor now because the doctor I had, she got pregnant. They're not allowed to work pregnant, I guess, at the VA hospital. And aloha, Hapsters. How are you?
Hey, the Hapster. How you doing?
And
hello, Hapsters. Hello, God of Thailand.
But the doctor I have now is just he's a loony bin too because he's like he did all these tests on me and stuff, and he's like, "Well, you're 60 years old." I said, "Yeah." He said, "You should be on this medicine and this medicine." I said, "Why?" I said, "Because I'm 60 years old." He said, "Well, yeah, you're 60. You should be." I said, "No.
I said, "I don't do medicine." They push medication to anything. I have a whole stack right on top of my refrigerator. I don't even touch it.
No. He gives me prescriptions, and I say, I'm not going to fill that. He says, "Oh yeah, you'll get it." And I just take and throw them out as I'm walking out the door because I don't.
Yeah, me personally, I take it because it goes to your record, and I'll make sure that we're giving this medication. If you don't take it, that goes on your record. And if you need something else, he didn't took the medication. So I take it. I go the whole thing, a bunch of bags right on top of the refrigerator. I don't even touch it. It's just like they gave me one 2 years ago. I don't know if it was something for my headache or something, was it? I didn't know nothing, but I started. Faye told me something, and I just snapped. Like, why I'm snapping me? I'm the calmest person you can ever meet. I don't even yell. I don't even talk loud. And she said, I was snapped. And then I figured out. I went to a doctor to a regular doctor to check something out. He said, "Yeah, you have some drugs in the system." I said, "Drugs? I don't use drugs." They did it. It was a medication that the VA gave me. It was triggering me something on my brain that it was just
Really?
anything that anybody can say, I would snap quickly. Like, this is not me. What's going on?
Well, and they want to just pump you full of medication. That's the problem. You got medication fighting that medication, and one medication can just wipe you out, but then they start popping you with all this stuff. And it's not just the doctors at the VA. Believe me, it's the regular doctors do the same thing. And I mean, what is
they push out the medication because they get money from it from the companies.
Yeah,
that's right.
They get the bonus kickback.
Exactly. Like I had severe headaches. I was in Fort Hood, Oklahoma. I'm not Fort Hood, Texas, and I was getting strong headaches. So they gave me Motrin 800, not at 400, 800 milligrams. So I was drinking those 4 a day.
Wow.
And then I was drinking for almost a year. After that, yes, I was spitting blood from my. I was going to the bathroom when I was married with my first wife, and I was like spitting blood on my mouth. I said, "What's going on?" Is that medication caused me ulcers on my stomach. So I mean, they completely destroyed my stomach at all. It's crazy.
Well, they tried to do that when I was in the service because I went in. I was 18 years old. And they told me I had ulcers then. They wanted me to take medication. I said, you got to be crazy. I'm 18 years old. I got ulcers already. Come on. Yeah. And from that day forward, I just don't take medication. If I'm not feeling good, I just take one. The only thing I can take is Aleve. Everything else upsets my stomach. And everybody, there's doctors, well, that's not right. I said, well, I smoke a lot. I smoke a pack and a half a day. And this doctor, when he was telling me about being 60 and I should be on this medication, he checked my lungs and stuff. He said, well, your lungs are clear. I said, yeah. But you're 60 years old. You should be on certain medication, especially since you smoke so much. I said, I'll tell you what, Doc, when I start feeling sick and stuff, I'll come see you. And then you can shove all the medication you want on me. But I said, right now, I'm just feeling normal for my age, I believe, I'm not the most active guy in the world. I don't exercise and jog up and down the road, but that's like you doing them push-ups. I wasn't good at doing push-ups when I was in the service. I really wasn't. I don't know what it is, if it's about my wrist or what. I had a hard time doing push-ups, but I could run like a son of a gun. They used to make me run because if we were out on the running, because we were actually our unit, our MP unit in 1979. We were the first unit to train with women. They had women train together with men. And so it was a learning curve for them. And the drill sergeants used to get mad because they couldn't swear anymore.
Yeah.
All the girls are complaining, so we can't swear anymore. And stuff like that. But we'd be out on a run, and if a girl would fall out, guess who had to walk her back to the barracks? I did. Yeah. And then I'd walk her back, and then I'd have to catch up.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes it would happen twice in the morning. So I'd walk back to the barracks twice and then have to catch up. I don't know why they picked me out of it, but, it built me up pretty good, though, because I went in, I was probably 160 soaking wet, and I came out of basic training at about 190, 195,
Oh, that's good.
And felt pretty good about it, but just in the last year now.
I hardly made it to the basic. I was 120 pounds, and that's the minimum you can go. You can get in the military. I'm 6 feet. I was so skinny. I used to run in high school. I used to run track and field. So I did the 2 miles in less than 9 minutes. Wow. I was sprinting, but I was 120 pounds. So they told me, you're the first one to go to the mess hall. I was in the front, just trying to eat everything because they told me, you finish this. Take one plate, take another one. I
was telling somebody about that the other day.
Crazy.
When I was in basic training, I said, we'd have a drill sergeant at the end of the line. Mm-hmm. And if he said you didn't have enough food on your plate, you had to go back through again. Yep. And I never ate so much food in my life. Oh my God. The tray was just heaping. Yeah. You had to get everything that they had. They had some good food, though. I'll tell you that.
Good food. They really treat you. Remember, they give you good food so you can go train. So they hydrate and everything else. And then they call it victory punch. It's all the juice they give you. and it was good. I mean, from there I went to 135 pure muscles, and like okay, and I'm 6 feet tall, so like okay, still skinny, but at least I made the weight. Like some people have to lose weight and I had to gain the weight. So,
I hated push-ups so bad, and if I'd be like walking from the mess hall back over to the barracks, and I'd run into a drill sergeant, and they'd always pick at me. He'd say, "Drop down and give me 10." I said, "How about if I give you 25 jumping jacks or something, you know, or make me run back to the barracks." But I actually got an Article 15 my first week or second week in basic training.
Oh boy!
4 of us came up with a plan on how to get to the beer garden down the road.
Oh boy!
Okay, so we spread out along the route. One guy went in, bought the beer, brought it back to the barracks, and we're sitting in the bathroom popping tops, and somebody went down and told on us.
Oh boy!
So we heard about it, so we ran. Everybody's hiding beer cans in their shoes and socks and stuff in the lockers, and of course they went through our lockers and got us.
Oh man!
That was, I think it was the second week we were in basic training.
Wow! Already getting Article 15.
Yeah, I had an up and down Army career. That's for damn sure. But hey, Robert, have you got your shots?
Yes. No, one. It's the one shot though.
Oh, that's right. You did the Johnson.
Yeah. Yep.
And Ed, did you get yours?
Yeah, I did the Moderna. 2 shots.
Modena.
Yeah.
Did you have any problems?
The first shot was fine. I got it in February, and then 28 days later, I got the second shot. Second shot, it was fine. I took it in the morning. I went to the Speedway, do some work. In the morning, afternoon, I came back home. I was in fever. I had one fever. I was shaking. My fever was 104 degrees. I mean, I drink some Tylenol and then some warm water, put some blankets. I called out the next day for work. After that, it was fine. It was something like 24 hours.
Did you get sick, Robert, or no?
That's it.
No, I didn't.
But you only had 1 shot. See, I had Pfizer. I had 2 shots. My second shot, I got it at 3:30 in the afternoon at VA hospital because I wasn't sure if I was going to get the shot, and then the VA called me up and said, "Hey, we got extra shots."
Yeah.
Like, okay. But after my second shot, I got it at 3:30 in the afternoon. About 9 o'clock that night, it's like I got hit by a Mack truck. I mean, I was down and out. I wasn't throwing up. I wasn't having to run to the bathroom. I just felt like I was hit by a Mack truck.
Yeah.
I laid in bed, probably in the fetal position, just kind of wanting to cry all night long.
I was shaking. Yeah.
It was a good day and a half or something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was that Robert?
No, that's. I was fine with mine. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about it because I had asked Bruce to come on today, but he had to work tonight. But he also was going for his second shot with the Pfizer today. And he said his daughter got sick on her second shot, so he was getting worried. I said, "Yeah, you probably would have been better off to take the day off to be safe." But
yeah,
I don't know how he's doing. I hope he's doing well and not feeling sick because man, that knocked me out.
And it's weird. And my mom took the Moderna too, and she hadn't seen no problem.
With my shot, the 1 shot, I had a nurse who administers the vaccines. She post next to me. So
you broke up there, Rob.
I was at the post that I was at. There's a nurse there that administers the vaccine. So she was sitting with me all day doing her job. So if anything went wrong, I could have checked with her. Hey, private message.
Yeah, we had to. Who, me? Oh, we had to. We had to sit there for 15 minutes.
At the
VA, and they clock us and stuff, and give the nurses a hard time. So where's the coffee and donuts at?
I took the video. I did a video of that when they shot me twice.
Did you? I was thinking about doing that, but with other people in there, it was kind of uncomfortable video recording with But I should have took a video, but everything was pretty smooth where I was at. I didn't see anybody feeling any pain or anything. But like I said, that shot I got it at 3:30, but by 9 o'clock I was in so much pain. I was glad I took the day off. I mean, I was like I actually felt just as bad as I did because I had I came down with the virus January of 2020. I think it was the last week in January. And it was before they were getting out free tests. I had called the VA hospital and they said it's $1,000 for the test.
Wow.
And I said, well, I can't afford that. They said, just stay in your vehicle and, hang low for a week or whatever. And it was a good 2 weeks or a week and a half at least before I started feeling better. And that was very painful. But I didn't, these people talking about losing their taste for food. I didn't lose my taste.
I did. I had it in December of 2019 before all this stuff came on, because I told Faye, she was cooking. I said, I don't feel nothing. I mean, any type of food. I was like, what is this weird? So I mean, I had a fever. I had some runny nose, and any food I tasted, I couldn't feel no food. I was like, it's weird. I mean, I didn't know nothing. I mean, by that time I wasn't working at the Speedway yet. I started Speedway in January of 2020. So I was like, okay. So I stay home. Probably maybe a week or so. After that, I was fine. Taste came back, everything else. And then in March 2020, broke down the coronavirus. So what is this? I mean, I told Faye, I think I had that. Because I mean, I had no taste. I had the fever. It was bad, and it was weird. I mean, wow. So I think I had that before it started, the pandemic. So it was in the States before 2020.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, it was. I think from what they finally went back to find out, because they were blaming Seattle, that it started in Seattle. They found out that in San Francisco there was 2 people with it back in, I think it was October or November.
That's something, yeah.
And so that's where it started. That's where I think it started. But it was a lot. It was a lot more than what they thought, I believe.
Yeah.
Just nobody was paying attention. I mean, most of us weren't either, really.
No.
Because I know all of a sudden all the toilet paper was gone. It's like I don't know.
What's that? What did it have to do with the fever? And I was like, luckily here in Florida, there was the Family Dollar had a bunch of them. I took a video too of that. I did a video of the toilet paper. And I said, you need toilet paper, come to Florida. It's a whole wall here in Family Dollar. But I mean, I didn't know what that have to do with the corona toilet paper. Like, why?
Yeah, I don't need it because I don't see it going hand in hand. That's like there's this, because I don't have a refrigerator in the truck. I would buy this canned ham, Hormel ham, and stuff, and so I can make sandwiches with it and stuff. Can't find it anymore. And I was talking to a guy in Walmart the other day. He said, all the employees buy that up when it comes in. I said, what are you talking about? He said, oh yeah, just in case the pandemic hits again. Because it is convenient to have the can that's, it's already ready to go. You just mix it up with some mayonnaise if you want to make a sandwich and stuff like that. But nothing else is running out as far as I could see on that department. So I don't know if he was just pulling my leg, but I've been to quite a few different stores and I can't find it anymore.
Really? Wow.
And so I don't know if people are buying them up or what. So
check on eBay. They might have it there.
Yeah. Well, what was it? What was it that the Twinkies?
Yes, I remember that. I bought a box of them, and just I still have it somewhere in my mom's house. I bought them, and I don't know what was it. And then I don't know why they took it down, but then now you can find it anywhere. But I bought it because I love Twinkies. Who doesn't, So I got a whole box and I hide it on my mom's, and she probably have it somewhere. It probably expired years ago already, but it was crazy.
I can find Spam over here, Hapsters. I can find. Well, I'll buy that Spam. I don't buy it in the can because I just want it in a single pack just for me. And so I'll buy about 5 or 6 of those packs because I can't buy that canned ham. So I like to have something. But hey, thanks for coming by, Mr. Mitch.
Thank you, Mr. Mitch.
Thanks for the subscription too, buddy. But
hey, give him a wrench.
I don't know how to do that, Robert. You got to tell me how to do that. Is that off YouTube?
Yeah, do it from YouTube. Hit the.
Do I just
3
hold
dots.
it down? There's no dots on here.
Oh, you're on your iPad.
I can put them in timeout.
Oh, there you go.
Here it is. Hang on. There it is.
Mr. Mitch don't look right unless he has the blue wrench next to his name.
Yeah.
Mr. Mitch is now a moderator for my channel. Mr. Mitch, you're a moderator. Come on back.
I'm doing good, Hamster. Pretty good. Not bad. It's hot down here in Florida. Way hot. Well, I'm pretty good.
She's got it made out there in Hawaii.
Oh,
Living
Hawaii.
the dream every time she does a video.
It's still expensive. Hawaii, I was stationed there. I was stationed actually a couple miles where she is, an army base, and it's expensive.
That's what I heard. It's really expensive. I imagine right now everything's doubled in price at least over there.
Crazy.
So,
yeah.
Yeah,
It's nice. It's very nice.
I couldn't afford. I lived in Washington State for about 4.5 years in the northern part. I couldn't afford to live over there, man. I mean, just to buy a house over there, it's twice the amount what it is here in Michigan. So, Michigan's a lot easier to live in for that reason.
So, question, Bill. Yeah, right now, what's the? Did they fix the water issue? Water problem?
Oh, that's in Flint. It's in Flint, Michigan.
I
don't. No, not really. But I don't know if they fixed it or not. To be honest with you. The problem was when they switched. Water contracts, they just did it without checking the pipes and everything. So that was the big issue. But so I don't know if it's been fixed or if it's been or what they did on that. But I haven't heard any more about it. So either people have made money off that's another thing. A lot of these people make so much money off lawsuits that it kind of goes away. You know what I'm saying? They take their money and run and stuff. So
yeah,
not saying that's what it is, but it's kind of crazy. So who's that? No, I can't afford it over there, Hapsters. I'm not rich. I'm not rich like you. Robert can afford it. Ed can afford it. I can't.
Hawaii's not supposed to run out of spam.
Did she say they're out of spam? I thought she said they had spam.
Well,
Faye got her second shot?
Yeah. I think they're raising the price so no one buys it.
Yeah.
Oh, the spam?
Yeah. That's where it originated from.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I never ate spam until I can't. See, I just like to have like a meat product. I know it's not real meat, but something, other than junk food that I'm eating. And I know this is kind of junk food, but since I can't buy that canned ham, and I don't like chicken. I'm not a big fan of chicken. And the canned white meat of, what is it, turkey or chicken or whatever they make, that is some nasty stuff. So
you can't go to the Philippines then. A Philippine chicken adobo.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll eat the white meat of a chicken, but I won't eat like chicken legs and stuff. I don't like the dark meat. And I don't like fat. The only thing I can eat fat on is pork chops and bacon.
You can't go wrong with bacon.
No, can never go wrong with bacon unless it's Canadian bacon, and that's just ham.
Yeah.
She said they ran out of spam.
Oh, really?
Wow. Yeah.
Who's buying all the spam? Well, I buy that just in case. Something doing quick. I just.
Like she said, could be with shipments or not getting their shipments in, which is what happening. That's happening here in the United States. A lot of things that we're running out of is because we can't get it.
Yep.
And I've been to your channel a few times, Napsters. I've watched it. I've been in there a few.
He just doesn't say nothing.
No, I say hello, and then I don't comment after that. Well, I used to stick around.
How is Mr. H doing? He's doing good, I hope now. She said he come down with a high fever. They were worried about him having, even though he's had his shots. I've heard people have gotten sick from the virus even after getting shots.
Yeah, I got the flu a couple of weeks ago. Like, what is this, a flu? I mean,
really?
I got the vaccine and everything. I was, if you watch the video, I was in Indy. I could not even talk. I lost my voice. I was like so miserable working in Indy. I was like almost like 2 weeks and 15 days in Indy. It was me. I love it because I was in Indy, but I was miserable. I had my cough. It didn't go away. My voice was gone. Like I couldn't hardly talk. I'm like, what's going on? I mean, like I know I'm not. I tested negative again. I have my shots, I had my flu shots. It was, I don't know.
See, I never got flu shots. They were yelling at me about that. The veteran hospital. They said, "When's the last time you had a flu shot?" I said, "Probably when I was in the service." They're like, "You're 60 years old. You better start getting them." Yeah.
You see the comment? Yeah. No, I've never been a troll.
He's a troll a lot. He likes to troll.
I'm the last one to do it.
I'm glad he's back to work, Mama H.
Yeah, that's good.
I squash all the trolls because I'm on a lot of channels.
Yeah, when I have time, I go to everybody says hi for a minute because I literally I'm traveling almost probably like 80% of the time now. It was crazy because when we started last year in the Speedway, we were 15 supervisors. We now 3.
Wow.
And we're doing doing so much job because this new company they do a background check, and only 3 of us came back. So I was like, wow, okay. I mean, it was a sketchy people working in Speedway. Don't get me wrong. Like, wow, he's working here, and like they come high as hell, and like, oh boy, you can smell the alcohol. Like, yeah, he's not gonna come back. And we only 3 people, only Sammy, Adam, and myself, and then our boss, my manager, and they killing us. They tried me from one we went to Talladega to South Carolina quickly, from South Carolina to Indy quickly. Indy came back here, then we went to Watkins Glen, New York, came back here. Now we're going Monday to Michigan. It's like,
so do you guys are setting up the booth, or are you cooking, or what do you do?
We set booth and everything. We set the booth. We make sure all the food trucks comes in. All the vendors have the space where they're gonna put their food trucks, right. And then we have to talk to Budweiser or Coca-Cola, whoever sponsors the event. Bring the trucks, tell them where to go, take all the merchandise. Have everything set up for when they come in, when the workers come in to cook or whatever it is. Because one of the person go with us is the hiring workers. So they go to temps agency around.
Right.
They say when we go to Michigan, we sit down with the temp agency and we say, okay, we need 100 workers. You got 100 workers? Yes, we do. Okay, so we need them how to cook and we need them how to prep. So they find us whoever is, and then whatever is not taken by a vendor, we have food trucks that come in and they set up. But inside the stadium, we set up everything for them. But then we have contractors where people come in and cook, burgers.
So does Speedway kind of own the vending then?
Yes.
So they own the vending, they buy the food, they buy all the drinks.
They buy everything. And then we have somebody who sit down and talk with an agency for people to come in, temps to come in. And
so they just hire temps at every place they go to in advance. It probably saves them a ton of money. They don't have to pay unemployment taxes or anything like that. So
unless they have a vendor. They say we have a vendor that goes every track around the U.S. It's called Zenny's. He's a Filipino, and he owns a big semi, a big 18-wheeler, and he has a bunch of car trucks, a bunch of stuff. So he goes to every single NASCAR event around the U.S. and Indy, and he puts trucks everywhere. So he takes. Probably we have 7 locations. 10 locations. He takes 7, and we only have to deal with 3. So that's good.
Oh, really? Wow.
That's cut us half of the stuff now. But it's the thing is, everybody said, "Oh man, you're lucky. You work for NASCAR." Everything. It's hard. We have to wake up at 6 in the morning, and we don't come home until 7 a.m. 9 o'clock. Everything else. And when this race, forget about it. We come in at maybe 5 in the morning. We don't come up until the race is over, and we stay maybe 3 hours. Doing inventory, taking the tablets, making sure everything, all the food, everything is counted for. It's tough, but it's nice.
Yeah, you never know what you could look at a job and say I can do that, but you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. And
we walk a lot, man. One day I can walk 30 miles, 40 miles, just walking back and forth. The track here in Daytona is 2 miles. going from inside. So we're walking back and forth all days, and you put some miles on the shoes.
Talking about walking, Mama H, have you signed up for the steps yet? Because we were going to compete with each other to see who gets the most steps, but she hasn't signed up yet. I think she's scared I'm going to outstep her, even though she walks every day and I don't. But you should get on. You get coupons and gift cards and all kinds of stuff after you get so many coins you save up on this step thing. Kingly Way told us about it.
Oh, I can do it. I walk everywhere.
No, you're not behind. But King gave it to us, and I was trying to. Oh, here it is. It's called Cash Walk. So you can sign up for it, and after, I don't know, you get so many coins, and then you can trade them in for gift cards and stuff like that, I guess. So it's pretty cool, especially if you do a lot of walking and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely do that.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, it's like those free gifts you give away. You could buy free gifts to give away with that. That's what I was thinking about, too. But I haven't done any. I've only done one walking video since I got the thing, I think. So Mama H is just going to blow right by me. She's been walking videos every day now. But, she hasn't signed up yet.
Hey, Ed.
Yeah.
Hey, Ed. Have you ever walked the racetrack?
The racetrack?
Yeah, Daytona. Yeah. Have you ever walked on it?
Yeah. Yes.
So do I did too. That incline's crazy.
Yes, it's great because when you go there, you feel like you're going down. Like, wait a second, it's very inclined. That thing is like, I mean, really,
it's like pretty much you're standing sideways.
Exactly.
And you stick to it.
Yeah.
You stick to it too.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I use the CR.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's crazy how sticky it is. It's like, wow.
And funny because I took I asked permission if I could take the golf cart. I took a golf cart going around. Man, that thing almost going to flip over. I was like, wait, no, I'm going down a little bit. It was weird.
Yeah,
it was weird
because you're almost standing. You almost
like 270 degrees, something like that. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. And the Hapsters, I am located in Orlando, Florida right now, but I live in Baltimore also.
Baltimore, man. Do you own a condo in Orlando?
I'm sorry? No.
Your house here in Orlando?
Yeah, I'm just currently here right now. I don't.
Oh, okay.
I live in Baltimore right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just down here for a visit, and then I also live in Bangkok, in Thailand.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. How's the prices down there?
Pretty good. It's all right. Yeah. It's not too bad. You talking about in Thailand?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about $630 a month. The one I'm doing, and that's expensive.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm right on the water. It's a nice site.
Oh, nice.
Great view.
The microphone's off. His microphone.
Yeah. The Hapsters were in Baltimore last year.
Oh, they were?
How did you like it?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, now we can.
My battery's going bad in my mouse. It's like trying to click something and it's...
Oh, they were probably at the Air Force Base down there then, in Baltimore. The Hapster last year.
Yeah, there it is. Kingly Way, he says, he cash walk. He almost at 2,500 coins, cash in a $5 gift card.
Huh.
I mean, so you get something, you know.
Something. I mean, for walking, you walk every day, so might as well. Yeah.
Your husband's job took you to Baltimore. Sorry to hear that.
Like I said, if you go to the harbor with all the restaurants and all the pedal boats you can go in, that's fine. After that, Baltimore is no good. I'm sorry, but
no, it's not Cash App, Mrs. H. It's a Cash Walk.
Cash App is different.
Yeah, this is called Cash Walk. Look at Kingly Way's comment. Cash walk. Baltimore is seafood heaven?
Actually, yes. See, Baltimore can good seafood
Yeah.
down there. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I eat seafood all the time there.
It's fresh too. Yeah, so it's good.
See, I can't eat seafood because I get gout. And man, it's really bad for gout. So
okay.
those guys were eating
not good.
hamsters were eating lobsters the other day. Man, that stuff's good too. I can't remember what we caught down in Galveston, Texas when I was younger. We went. My brother took us all down there. Went fishing off a dock. You put a piece of meat on a hook. And I can't remember if it's lobsters or crab that you catch like that. I can't remember. But we took them home and threw them into boiling water and heard them scream. And then you break them open and eat the meat out the inside. So I think that's crab. I don't know.
I can't remember. I know a friend of mine did that. I can't remember either. If it's crap, I don't know.
So you were were you born and raised in Florida then, Ed?
No, I was born and raised in Connecticut, Hartford.
Right. And when did you leave Connecticut?
My mom, because she have lupus. So so she was sick and she moved back to Puerto Rico 82, 83. She went to Puerto Rico and to find a job, and because all my family they're from Puerto Rico, so they moved to the States in the 50s and 60s. My grandfather was he worked in the tobacco field. And they used to do tobacco all their life. And so my mom got very sick, so because of the weather. So she decided to go back to Puerto Rico, and she took me with her. I was in ending of my middle school when I got from Puerto Rico, and then until my high school years. Oh, look at that!
I was just going to do that.
I'm at 2887. So what did King say he was at? 5,000 or something, or 2,500?
2,500, I think so.
See, and I guess you're supposed to move this. There's where's the camera? There's a coin right there, and I guess if you pull up on it, that you cash in your coins. But I don't think you have to do it that often. I really haven't gotten into how it works. I mean, as far as that goes, you can set reward goals and stuff. You can invite friends. I don't know what you get for that. It's got a thing for your rewards and stuff. But yeah, I'm at 2,887 steps right now.
For the whole week or for today?
Since I started this a couple of weeks ago, or week and a half ago. I can't remember when it was. Can't tell what, my H. I can't hold it any closer.
For the 500, then I did 35,000.
No, she wants to see what the icon looks like.
Oh,
got to show the home screen.
You see the yellow one with the shoe on it? There's a little yellow dot right there.
It's to the right of the Facebook.
Yeah, right there.
Mama, I'll drop my link, but I haven't posted in 2 years because I haven't been able to travel over there because of everything going on. But once I get it back over there, I'm going to post more videos and actually make more videos.
Yeah, Robert don't make videos when he's here in the States. Just when he's in Thailand. So he goes from year to year. You haven't made one in what, a year? Or has it been 2 years? 2 years, yeah.
Haven't been able to get over there.
Well, I keep trying to get him out there to do it, but he won't listen to me neither. So,
hey, this is my once a year live stream.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, Ed, I absolutely appreciate coming on. I don't want to hold you up if you got things to do. I know it's getting late.
No
but
problem.
I don't mind sitting here talking some more neither.
I still got time. I don't have to go to work tomorrow until late.
Kingly Way, 10,000 steps gives you 100 coins a day, and after 25 days, you are eligible to cash in for an e-gift card. Hamster's giving you hell, Robert. once a year live stream.
I'm too busy moderating.
Well,
I
no,
moderate like
Ed, you
He's a
try to do
moderator.
channels.
You try to do a live stream once a month?
Yeah,
You're not,
I'm not a live stream too much. I do a lot of videos, but I'm trying hopefully maybe once every 2 weeks. Or
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do one this Sunday for the 4th of July. But I'm doing a video every day because I'm doing the challenge, the 22 push-ups a
that's
day.
right. Yeah.
I just
I saw
hopefully-
yours and I didn't get a chance to watch it today, trying to get everything else done before
No,
this and
that's
stuff.
okay.
But
Yeah.
are they having fireworks down there in Florida?
Yeah, I mean, everything's open right here. Actually, they had fireworks the other day for the police that got shot here in the face in Daytona. So they had all the police people and the fire trucks. They did a bunch of fireworks for them. They're having a big firework here in the beach side. So yeah.
No, Robert,
They
are
have
you
fireworks
saying?
every day.
No, you're going to be back in Baltimore for the 4th, aren't you? You got a game.
Yeah, I'm going in a few days.
Are they having fireworks over there or just for the game?
I'm not really sure. I know they canceled the 4th of July fireworks for Baltimore.
Oh,
Good
really?
night, Jay.
Wow.
Yeah, they canceled. They don't want the gathering and stuff and the crowd it brings up there.
Mm-hmm.
Faye's going to sleep. Say goodnight.
Hey, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it, and for subscribing and letting me hold your boyfriend in hostage for a while.
Yeah.
You know, I like talking.
They have fireworks every day here in Orlando.
Oh yeah, every single day. I can hear it probably right now in the beach
Really?
side.
Disney, Disney too.
Yeah, Disney exactly every day. Yeah.
Oh, they shoot off fireworks over there still?
Oh every
Yeah.
day, yeah.
Well, I guess they're talking that they're going to have. Last I heard, we're still supposed to have fireworks here in Bay City, Michigan. But growing up here was pretty cool because even though it was a small town, we would have 3 days of fireworks for the 4th of July. They'd always try to make them like the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, or 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, depending on how the 4th landed. And at one time, we were I think the 3rd largest fireworks in Michigan, or not Michigan, but United States.
Wow.
Because we had 3 nights of fireworks. And, the first, I think it was like the oddball nights, that wasn't the 4th, the 2 nights that we had it, they would go on for about, I think, 20 minutes. And then the 4th of July, they would last, I think, 45 minutes, half hour, 45 minutes. So, yeah, we had some big fireworks. I don't know if they're still going that long up here or not. I haven't lived up here in quite some time, so relearning everything. Used to have fireworks here every weekend in Waikiki, but it stopped when the pandemic started.
Yeah, pandemic just slowed down everything. I mean,
it cost the world a lot,
They just didn't want the crowds.
People. But that's the thing. A lot of the rich people didn't lose money. They made money.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's what's killing, it's killing the poorer people, I guess, lower class, you could say. If you make the wrong step, you're done. These rich folks, like they said, some of these billionaires were making millions during the pandemic. Well, I still think of that lady in Detroit, or not Detroit, but in LA. She did a video on YouTube. She built an outside patio. And they came in, they said, nope, that's not good enough. You can't, because they said you couldn't eat indoors. So they were letting them build. And this was maybe in August of last year. And so she built this outside patio and they said, no, not good enough. Well, right across the alleyway, a movie company came in and built one, and they let that one go through. And it's like, that's the United States right there. If you got money, you can do whatever you want. So it's ridiculous what's going on, and I hate it. I hate seeing it, all of it, especially like for the Philippines, man. I mean, I still say I can't believe they're going to go through another Christmas holiday without tourism, because that is when they make their money. And if they don't open September or October, they're done. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, because Christmas starts now in September. So
yeah, They love Christmas over there.
Check
and
the
they
chat,
do a lot
Scott.
of things for it. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was talking to Faye mom, and they told me they closed down again. They can't even go to the big city or something. And stores are open certain hours, so if you don't go certain hours, you can't go. It's done. So
Really? Wow. I know where Ira lives, and she lives in San Pablo, about 4 hours south of Manila, and they're still moving around down there pretty good, but they're not a real great big city or anything. Neither. Most of them are province out there, so that might be a difference. But like I told her, I said, you guys got to start getting your shots because she hasn't gotten hers yet. I said, what is the holdup?
And they're not letting nobody in if you don't have a shot record. So anywhere in there, like out overseas, they're not letting nobody in. You have to have your shots record in. So.
Yeah, that's another thing. If you want to travel, you better go get your shots. Because even if they don't stop you from getting on the airplane, when you get to that other country, it's going to stop you there. I'll bet you. Especially you're coming from another country, they're going to say, "Oh, I don't think so."
Yeah.
But so that's these guys that are complaining about I'm not getting my shots. Well, then you're not going anywhere. Right?
You want to stay in the U.S., stay here. You want to travel, you need that paper. So there's no.
Yeah, and they don't. It ain't that big of a deal, I don't think. Anyway. I mean, you're either, Ed, when you were in the military, how many shots did they give us? Just in basic training alone, we got.
Basic training, you take you take all the shots since you were born. So, a bunch of, you stand in line, you see a bunch of guns. Pow, 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 pow,
Now, when you were in, were they still using the air guns?
Yes.
Oh, man, I hate it.
I know. I seen people 200 pounds, 6'3", just fall down. Look at these guys.
I just remember standing behind people, and they said, "Now, whatever you do is don't twitch, don't do nothing, don't even shake a little bit because those air guns." And I'd be standing watching people in front of me, and the back of their arms is just all blood, just running down because everybody's going to tighten or twitch, and that air gun just one guy, man, it cut him all the way down. I was like, shit, it got him bad.
I know. I say, I look at my arms, like a little hole with blood coming out. I say, I'm okay seeing blood, but these people are not blood. See, they're passing out, like turning pale white. Oh my God, look at these guys.
It makes you wonder how they're going to do out there.
Exactly.
Go to fight.
Where are you going to go to war? What are you going to do? Jeez. Man,
look over your friend, see his head blown off. You got to stay going.
Yeah, crazy.
See, I got very lucky when I went in. There was nothing. Well, there was always something going on, but when I went in, we had the Iran crisis, the hostage situation, and Jimmy Carter was the president, and he made a bad choice, trying to sneak in. Well, he was trying to sneak in some helicopters, and they ran into a sandstorm over there.
Yeah, it's okay.
And a bunch of them crashed and died and stuff. But we were on our MP unit, because back then, I don't think they had much of, these SEALs teams. I don't think they had, I don't even know if they had any or not. I can't remember. But being with the MPs were part of special units, at least back then. And so we were just getting ready to start training because our unit was going to be the first unit to go over there when they went in to get the hostages. We were going to take over the prison. Okay. And so we were just getting ready to start training when they tried flying those helicopters in. But then, I've always kind of liked reading up on stuff like that. And I just came across something the other, maybe it was a month ago, about how Ronald Reagan kind of made it his thing to win the presidency, beating Jimmy Carter, was he had a deal. Because I guess from what I've read, and I've looked at it, and so I'm believing it's true, Jimmy Carter came up with a deal to get those hostages released. They were going to release the hostages. Ronald Reagan's team stepped in, went to Iran and said, "Do not release those hostages until after the election." And the day that Ronald Reagan, I think it was the day he took oath, is when they released the hostages. Jimmy Carter had that all set up.
Already, yep,
Nobody knew that. You know, politics is like, are you kidding me? You got hostages and you're going to play politics and keep people. You know, it's just crazy.
I mean, and I don't know. What that's where all these what do you call it? The mission movies came on through with Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Remember that the hostages, they POWs, they were still in I think in Vietnam, stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Or was it Sylvester Stallone did that one?
No, he did. Well, that was Rambo, but before that was Chuck Norris did some mission. What was it called? His movies. It was army movies in the 80s. He did like 3 movies of those things.
Yeah, I wasn't a big Chuck Norris fan because I'm not a big karate fan.
But he did those movies, and that's when all the crisis when Ronald Reagan and Jimmy Carter did all that stuff. But I just can't. I can't believe they did those POW. Just leave them. I don't know.
But see, that's I got some slack from a guy.
Invasion USA. There we go. Thank you. That's a movie. Invasion USA. The kingly way. He put it there.
Do you want to be a moderator, Hapster? Okay. I don't know how to do it, so I'm trying. Say something, Hapster. Let me see your new wrench. I thought King was a moderator. See, isn't that pretty, Blue?
Hapster just wants you to answer the question.
Kingly Way says the name of the movie is Invasion USA.
Yeah, Invasion USA, exactly. Yeah, Invasion USA. Yeah.
Oh, you can time out Robert, but don't do it.
Yeah. Time me out. You got to answer the Hapster's question.
What question?
Who of us is going to the Philippines when it opens?
Oh man, we're trying to go. I mean, as soon as they open, hopefully. I mean, because Faith started in the hospital. She's still brand new in the hospital. She can't take no vacation, at least until a year or two. But
yeah,
we're trying to.
Can't make the Hapsters happy. Now she's not happy that it's pink.
Now she wants it.
I get to choose the colors.
we got to get Go More Hike on the stream to time him out.
He's sleeping right now. Don't wake him.
He's always sleeping.
Yeah, well, like I said, I was going to go the year that the 2020, and but now since all this happened and I lost all my business and stuff, it's hard to bounce back. So it might be a couple of years before I go over there. I don't know. When are you going, Robert?
Probably sometime soon after they open. I gotta go to Thailand first. Just typing in the comments here.
Well, and I'd like to go to the Philippines just for a couple of weeks, just to kind of get an idea of it and stuff. You hear so much about it and everything.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it.
Trying to go there at least a month because I mean it's gonna take you at least 2 days to travel. So it's kind of like So
yeah. Now, where's Faye from over there?
I think from Leyte or something, or
Leyte.
I think so. Where are you from?
It's so funny. You guys sit in different parts of the house when you're talking on the video.
Yeah, she's in the living room. I'm in my little office here in the room. So.
Robert Hapsters wants to know what you like better.
I like Thailand, but I've never been to the Philippines. So
in my first venture into starting, probably a few years back when I started looking at this Southeast Asia stuff, Thailand was kind of my go-to place, just because it sounded like the food was better. But I didn't, I think the big thing for us is in the Philippines is they do speak English, and you're going to find somebody that speaks English. Whereas Thailand, if you get out of the big cities, you're going to have trouble.
Oh.
I think. I've never been there, but that's what I hear. Robert, do you agree?
in some places, yeah, but quite a few people away from Bangkok know English. Not too many, but there's a few. Yeah. But I try not to talk to many people anyway.
Hamster's laughing at you, Ed.
Yeah, I know. Where are you from? Because Philippines have 7,000 islands. It's like, that's crazy. So it could be
Mama
one of
H,
those.
you want to come up so you can yell at him in person? You got the blue wrench now.
Yeah, but like I have to say, most Asian countries they know English. Even in Vietnam, they know a bunch of English. You know, Malaysia and England people talking English. In Thailand, I went to Pattaya and I went to Bangkok. Most people talk English. You know, broken English, but I mean, at least you can understand them. So.
See, I want to go to Vietnam. That is on my bucket list. If I go overseas, I want to go to Vietnam. I was always not a history buff, but Vietnam was always on my list of reading things. Everything that went down in Vietnam was political for us.
Oh, yeah.
Kennedy was killed over it, in my opinion. At least it was part of why he was killed. Johnson was such a coward that he just went along with whoever wanted to go to Vietnam. Okay, we'll go to Vietnam.
Yeah.
And made money for the people to make all the stuff, to get our boys killed over there. I mean, because it was ridiculous. And that is one thing about going to the VA hospital for me. I not only go to the hospital and just sit there. I go to the hospital and I sit and I talk to guys because I was lucky enough not to go to war. And so I talked to one guy, and he was in Vietnam, and we was talking, and he said that they were out in this I don't know, I guess it's a field or whatever, and they were stuck out there for a week and a half. Mm-hmm. And he said every single day the planes flew over and dropped that Agent Orange on them.
Yep.
Every single day. Mm-hmm. And you can't tell me the government did not know how bad that stuff was. Mm-hmm. Or they just did not care. They didn't read about it.
The funny thing is, they got their benefits in mid 80s. They had to wait almost 20 years to get benefits for that Agent Orange. Because my dad, he suffered from Agent Orange and a bunch of other stuff, and he didn't get the help until VA until mid 80s. That's crazy. It's like, I mean, all these years, and you know that's causing problems. You guys knew already, and you're gonna wait 20 years, 15 so they can get the benefits for Agent Orange and all these sick people. I mean, it's crazy. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, I was going to say, I had a guy say something to me a couple of years ago. I used to have the Army plates, license plates, with the Army insignia on it. Uh-huh. And the guy said something to me about supporting our government. I said, this doesn't go towards our government. This goes towards our vet. Because when I bought the plates, I was living in Washington State. And they said all this, they showed me what it went to for veterans and stuff. It didn't go to the government. And, I said, I don't give a shit about our government because the government doesn't give a shit about me. And that's been forever. I don't care what anybody says. But I care about our vets. Some of these kids, like you're coming out of it pretty good, but you're still tore up from your arthritis to losing your hearing and everything else. And the government doesn't really give a shit. Especially once you're out of the military. Or even when you're in the military, if you watch those movies, everybody, oh man, I love watching, D-Day or The Longest Day. And so I said, wait a minute. I remember my dad was in the Navy during World War II, and he would never say nothing about what went on, except for one time he was talking about, he said, there's nothing like standing on the deck of a ship. And you're talking to your buddies 1 second, you turn around and talk to them, and they're all dead next to you because the airplane went over and was shooting at them. Yeah. And you think about, and you watch, is that The Longest Day or what is that when they invade? They took those freaking boats. They sat them in the water for, I think it was a week and a half to 2 weeks until the right tide or the right moon or whatever. These guys are sicker than shit. Losing weight because they're also sick and they had no food on those boats for these guys. And then they take them and they bring them inland and drop the anchor, and as they're coming off the boats, they're getting shot and killed at the same time. Are you freaking kidding me? Who, there's going to be some loss. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Why? How could you even look at that and go, yeah, we can do this? I understand we need to go in there and defeat some of these what's going on, but my God, that's just, how could you, as the president or the general in charge, even look at yourself in the mirror and say, I just sent 100,000 guys out to get killed. But I don't know if that's good or bad or what. I really don't.
I mean, I always said I did it for my country. I didn't do it for no government, for no nothing. I did it for myself and for the country, But I mean, I don't care who's in the government. It doesn't matter. We like you said, we gonna support them no matter what. Who is in the government? We're in the military, so whoever's the president, we have to support it no matter what. So, but like I say, I serve for my country. I did it for myself. I didn't do it for no government. I don't care about the government. No. Yeah.
Well, it's, Jimmy Carter was my president when I was there. Omar Bradley was my general when I was in. And I can't remember how old he was then. But, because he was one of the young generals in World War II. And, everybody knew Jimmy Carter was a good president. He was just too nice of a person.
Yeah.
And I understand sometimes you got to pull the trigger on some of these things. But, especially with Iran, I'm sorry, but Iran is one of the worst countries for the United States. When we were sitting in the barracks watching the news and watching them sit there and chant, kill the United States or whatever they were chanting like that, we knew we had to go and do something. Why have we not done anything with Iran? I never understood that. I don't understand that. We went after Iraq. Why didn't we? We should have went after Iran. Well, that's what that's just it. And they're pretty friendly with China, I believe. So
we touch them. There's we got problem with the other people though. So.
It's a crazy concept. Well, listen, Ed, I've been holding you on here for 2 hours, so
that's good. All right.
I know you got to work and stuff.
Yeah. No, it was an honor, man. I mean, with you guys here, talking to you guys, thanks a lot, and thanks a lot for supporting all the veterans too. Like, you guys are veterans. I mean, I like to see more YouTubers, veterans, and doing stuff like that too.
Yeah, I got to come up with something. I'm not in the shape to do the push-ups you do.
No, I tell people you don't have to do push-ups. It can be jumping jack. I got a Link channel. She's doing jump rope. She's done a couple of stuff like that. So I got other people doing sit-ups or flutter kicks. So anything you can do, it's just fine.
I'll get Robert doing push-ups. Robert, you're in charge of the push-ups.
No, that'd be all you.
I don't know why couldn't do it. I don't know. I could do a couple of them, but it wasn't strength wise or anything like that. It just even like pull-ups. I how people say they have like weak ankles.
Yeah,
ice skating. I think I got weak wrists. I don't know why, but I couldn't do pull-ups neither. But I can run. We used to run, and you probably did too. We used to run in our combat boots with full back gear, and we run through the hills of Alabama, for 5 miles, and then they'd walk you back. I don't know what was worse, the run or the walk.
I know. We run in the morning with almost a 50-pound bag in the rucksack all the way up, and coming down we have to march like 10 miles. Like, oh boy.
Yep. And don't drink any water unless you stop, because if you drink water while you're walking, you're done.
They made us drink everything dehydrated because it was so hot in Fort Jackson. It was I went there June 29. Then after the 4th of July, we went to basic, and it was like 102, 103. Man, they used to tell us what was the word? We have to unleash our boots and drink all the water. They make us drink both 2 canteens of water. People were puking water everywhere.
Yeah, well, and we were marching one time, and my water jug fell off my belt. I didn't know it. It kept it on the back there. but a guy behind me swooped down and picked it up, which got us both in trouble. You know, I said, you would have just been better off leaving it on the ground.
Yeah.
He said, well, you know, and I thanked him for it, but it got us both in trouble. We did some extra running for that, you know, and he didn't understand that really, but to me, it was no big deal to lose it because you really didn't have time to drink water unless you stopped. You know, if you stopped and sat down, then you had time to go ahead and take a swig. But most time, we had a guy actually. This is kind of funny, but weird. But we're marching, doing through the woods in Alabama, and you know they said spread out, and we spread out, and then you got to get down on the ground. You know, they see somebody coming. And we all sit down and get down on the ground, and you hear this guy, just screaming. It's like, what the? Come to find out, he sat on a red ant hill.
Oh,
you know, he didn't know it. He sat down like this, and these ants started coming up his shirt and then down his pants. Man. We actually had to call an ambulance to get him out of there. That's how bad those fire ants, man.
Yeah, they will kill you. Yeah.
But it was like, oh my God, you know. Holy shit! You know, and I could understand how you do it. You don't pay attention. They say get down, you get down.
Yeah, you have to get down. Yeah, you don't look down. I got bit a couple of times with those ants. It's not fun. Oh.
You imagine getting medical treatment for that. What happened to you? Red ants.
Red ants. I cut my butt.
I imagine they got some other places, but.
Oh man!
What's the matter, Hapsters? You asked for the Reds. I heard you. Never had the chance. Where does she want to go? Oh, Vietnam.
Oh, Vietnam. Yeah.
And you said you've been to Vietnam, Ed?
Yeah. I went there when my second 30-day leave. I went to Vietnam. I went to see where all the war went down when my dad went and everything else.
Right. So did you get to see a lot, or?
I did a bunch of stuff, you know, and there was still a couple of stuff going on. Actually, there are a bunch of Americans living there still.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I said a bunch of Americans living there.
There's a guy that follows Kingly Way is over there. What's his name, Robert? Do you know Asian? Is it Asian?
Asia Unscripted? No, I'm not.
Yeah, Asian Unscripted. He's over there right now.
Because you remember when Vietnam ended, they didn't want to come back here because all these hippie was doing, like they were abusing all the baby killers, whatever it is. I mean, why come to your own home when they abusing you? Might as well stay in other countries. I mean, a bunch of people stay in Asia, stay in Philippines, stay in Japan, stay in anywhere in Asia. They didn't want to come back home.
Yeah, the way they were getting treated back then. You know, and that's what, even though they tried to make up for it, I think when some of you guys were coming home, you know, they treated you better. And then they tried to throw in the Vietnam guys, veterans. But, you know, I know they weren't going for it and stuff.
No.
And the way just because they were not treated that way when they first got home, they were treated that way every single day they were back from Vietnam. And most of them couldn't even mention that they were in the service because they would get treated so bad.
Yeah.
And they couldn't even get a job because they were in the service. They called them baby killers and everything else, you know.
Like my dad, he got injured. He had a grenade in his hand blow up. So he had if you see a bunch of holes on his hand because grenades has a bunch of little pebbles. That thing got on his hands and he lost one of his ears. I mean, it's just come back home, man. You see all these guys yelling at you, you know. Oh, you went there, man, and he wasn't drafted. He volunteered to go, so it wasn't
right.
It was so, but he came back. He wasn't. I mean, I didn't. My parents got divorced when I was like 1 and 2 years old. I never got into my dad because he wasn't. He wasn't. His head wasn't in where it should be. You know, so like I said, like on my other LS, he tried to kill me like 3 times when I was a little baby. No, I mean, I don't blame him at all because I mean, I know now what war can do to people. So, and I don't blame him at all. It was something that it had to be done. You know, they had to divorce, or my mom and myself will be dead. You know. So.
Right.
And but I don't blame him at all. It's just, I know what he's going through, what he went through. So, but hey, it's stuff that happens, So
Yeah. Well, that's my dad. He was in World War II, like I was telling you, and um, he was a pretty good alcoholic. Me that I knew growing up, and but I know from talking to people in the family that he wasn't that way before he went into the service, and he went into the service when he was 16. When World War II happened, guys were just getting in.
Getting in there, yeah.
And he went in. I think he was 16, and imagine seeing, like he said, you see your best friend on the deck of a ship 1 second, and you turn around, and next thing you know, his head's blown off.
Mm-hmm.
I can't, 16. I mean, it's hard enough to handle that at 18, let alone 16. Yeah. I just couldn't even imagine. So, yeah, I mean, and for the longest time, I wouldn't even tell people I was a veteran because I wasn't in during the wartime. And when I remember that one time I used a VA hospital in Saginaw just because it was cheap. And the guy gave my ex-wife a hard time about it and he wouldn't say nothing to me though. And I didn't know nothing about this because I was up in the room already. And then when we got home, she told me that the guy was screaming and yelling at her, "Don't ever bring him back here again. He doesn't deserve to use a VA hospital." And so I never used it again until I got this ID card. They called me up with the ID card. And said,
I did a video last year. One of my first videos I did on for YouTube, and it says, no matter what, you are one of the few people that went in and signed up that paper, that line, and went in there. It's not your fault that it wasn't no war. It's not your fault that they had no conflict at all. That's good for you. But I mean, you serve your country. You sign that paper that most people don't do. You give your heart away on there. Like I said, you are a veteran. No matter what, 180 days in the military, you are a veteran. I mean, you can be on the Gulf. No matter what it is, that paper you have give you the right to go anywhere you want. Because I mean, nobody forced you to go to sign that paper in the military. You went on your own. You want to serve your country. Well, you did it for yourself. So don't be ashamed. I hear some stuff like that. Oh, I'm gonna pull that guy over the here. So no, you respect them people. Most nurses and doctors, they're not even veterans.
Yeah.
So I don't know what are they talking about because they're not even veterans. They're just regular doctors. They just go to help us out. I think 50-50. So when I see these kids,
I always looked at myself like I'm a veteran, but you guys that went in to fight were up here, and I'm down. I was just down here, because I've even guys that have fought, if they come home, and this is just my opinion, you're heroes, but the guys that died over there are the heroes because they not only did they put their life on the line, they gave their life.
Yeah.
And some of us, even though it's I know it sounds ridiculous that you're still alive even though you're hurting because you lost your hearing, you have the arthritis, you're hurting inside all the time, and that'll never leave you. That's my opinion. I don't think it'll ever leave your mind. It probably never will, and just for certain reasons. And so I used to think the heroes were the guys that died over there. But, you guys are just as much heroes. Just because you didn't die doesn't mean you're not a hero. Because my way of thought back then was the guys that died were the hero guy, because I know guys that come home from I talked to a lot of guys that were in Vietnam. I mean, because Vietnam was kind of my era. I missed it by 3 years. And, I talked to a lot of guys in Vietnam, and they said, we're not heroes. We were, they always told me we came home. Our friends died over there. They're the ones that were the heroes. And so that's what I always went by. But I have changed my mind over the years that, no, that's not right. The guys, if you've been to war, been to combat, if you lived or died, you're a hero. But that's just my opinion. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know.
Like I tell, when they gave me I got the Purple Heart there. I got shot in the leg, and I didn't want it. I didn't want it. We were ambushed in Fallujah, and we were a team of 10. We only 6 made it. back to the boats, and I really didn't want it. I said you just deserve the people who died, and our brothers and sisters died there. I mean, it's like, I have it there, and it's like stuck right there. I didn't even do it. Like I said, I don't go there for a medal. I didn't do that nothing. I just do it for my country. I did it for myself. Sorry that I didn't sign up for a war. I mean, nobody signed for a war. It happens. Yeah, I could probably retire. People have retired and they never seen a war. I mean, never seen nothing though. But that doesn't mean that you're a veteran. You are a veteran because you signed that dotted line that nobody forced you to do. You can go to college, you can go to work, but you went to a military that actually people don't pay that much either. So don't believe the hype. So military don't pay not a lot. So, but you choose. There's a lot of stuff to choose. You choose the military. You choose to work, or you choose to go to college. Some people choose the military because that's what they want to do. I mean, so Scotty, don't be ashamed because you didn't want to war. You are a veteran like everybody else. So I should say that.
Well, I appreciate it, but they do. It's a good thing. What was I going to say? My brain just died. You were talking about something that made me think of something, and I forgot what it was now. Robert, what was I thinking? See there? My business partner, and he doesn't know what I'm thinking.
I know. He's like, oh, boy. You're his sidekick, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Your right-hand man.
You probably don't want to know what he's thinking.
Okay.
I can't remember, so it must not have been too important, I guess. But I mean, like I said, they kind of balance it out, especially at the VA hospital. Because I wasn't in long enough, and I wasn't in combat. I get 50%. And guys like you should get full 100%, and that's what you should get. So it kind of makes up on that part. But
you want people to buy the coffee.
I want people to buy the coffee.
There you go.
This coffee.
Yeah, promote it right there.
Paya McGrath Coffee. Visit the website. It's in the description.
I gotta check that out. And it's from Thailand?
It's from Thailand. Yeah. Robert owns part of the farm.
What's the other bag?
It's right here.
The other one.
I don't like the sticker on this one though. Look at this one. Can you see that sticker real good? Not as good as the red.
Yeah, not as good as the red though.
You can't even read that.
Yeah, the red is
you can't read that. Whereas the red one, you can read it. Yeah, Mama H, you want some good coffee? This is good coffee.
I am McCarty Coffee. Okay.
The website is in the description, so
if
you check that out. Mama H should buy some because she likes good coffee and it's from Thailand. She's never been to Thailand. So Mama H's daughter's in the military, 18 years old. So she's been in 14 years. Wow.
That's good. Let's keep that 6 more years. Let her finish.
So her husband served during these wars: Desert Shield, Desert Storm, Operation Enduring Freedom, Iraqi Enduring Freedom. Been back to Afghanistan and Iraq so many times I was scared to death.
Yeah.
Scott's selling the coffee, so you could buy it from him. The extras want some coffee.
You just go to the website, look in the description.
And it's probably cheaper than the coffee in Hawaii.
Probably.
The name of the coffee is called Paya McGrath. McGrath. Am I right? Paya McGrath. Did I say it right, Robert?
Yes.
I've been practicing on that name for a long time because the way it's spelled ain't nothing like the way it's said.
PH?
Yep, Phaya. But it's pronounced Paya. Well, it's named after the city it's grown in, right?
Pattaya?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
I'll say it
it's
different.
In the north. It's in the north. It's not Pattaya.
Yeah. No coffee from there.
Yeah, no.
No.
What's the matter with that?
The grind's something else.
Oh, is that what they have over there? Is that heroin? No. What is it?
Well, they got good stuff, but no.
What they have what's Thailand known for in the drugs? I forget. Mama H wants coffee. Got to go to the website. Order it. It'll be here in about a month.
Yeah.
Things are locked down right now. No, I have right now. I have left. I have 8 bags left. So if you want, I have 8 bags left, and I have 1 bag of espresso left. So if you want espresso or if you want premium coffee, let me know. I'll ship it out to you. But that's all I got left right now until our order comes through. So if you want, it's I don't know. I think it's reasonably priced for how good the coffee. Because like I said, I hate coffee. I honestly do. I won't drink coffee. When he got me this coffee, when you drink that coffee, you get that bitter, like a burnt taste or something. This does not. I'm telling you, this does not have it. This is a nice, smooth coffee. My brother took me over to Starbucks before I got this because I told him, I don't drink coffee, and I have never had an espresso. Oh, well, we got to go get you an espresso. So he took me to Starbucks, and he gives me a double shot, so it's about that much in the cup. And I took a drink, and I was like, holy crap. And he's laughing. I said, it tastes like coffee to me. He said, it's pretty much what it is. I said, we have these are different beans than the regular coffee for ours. You can make espresso with our regular coffee beans, but the espresso bean is a different type of bean, and it's a smoother tasting bean. And I'm not trying just because I'm trying to sell it, but I'd be honest with you. I can drink this coffee. I cannot drink. I've never been able to drink coffee. And so to me, it's a smooth coffee, but maybe, it's a good, strong coffee too. It's some coffee so strong it makes your chest hair grow and longer. Well, you better quit drinking that, Miss Hamster, because I don't think the husband's going to like the long chest hairs.
Yeah.
And no, the coffee would be good in a month still.
What do you mean?
She said, "Oh boy, that would be all rotten coffee in a month."
Oh no, this coffee's got a 1-year shelf life on, I believe, a 1-year shelf life, and we just got this stuff not too long ago, so it's good to go. Like I said, if you order coffee right now, I have 8 bags of premium and I have 1 bag of espresso. So if you order coffee now and you want it, it's going to come from me directly, so you'll be able to get it. And if you know me, you get a discount. I'll sell it to you for $100 instead of $30. That's Hawaii prices. Hawaii prices is $100 a bag.
That's discounted Hawaii prices.
But anyway.
All right, Scotty B.
Yes, sir. Man, you be safe, man, and get in touch with me next week. Let me know when you got some free time. I'll come down and say hello.
Okay, definitely will.
All right,
I'll do that. All right.
Good meeting you,
Robert. You too, Robert.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.
Be safe, guys. Right.
You too.
All right, Robert. What the heck? Forget about it. What are we forgetting about? Well, that's what Robert likes to overcharge. So I'll sell it to you. For $30. Nip Bomb's still here. Nip Bomb, come on up.
Yeah, come up. Say hello, Nip Bomb.
That went up over 200%, she said. Times are tough, Mrs. H. I got to make money. I got to send money to my Filipinas, so I got to make money. Kind of like you're donating, but
it's a premium coffee. It's well worth the price.
It is. It's very good coffee. Nip Bomb will not come up because I'm here. Oh, Nip Bomb won't come up when anybody's here. Because I asked Nip Bomb to come up from the get-go. Oh, he don't like to be seen on TV. I don't know how he's going to get a girlfriend if he won't let anybody see him. But I guess we should probably wrap this up, Robert. I know you're probably getting tired. I drink Lavazza and Illy coffee. I don't know what that is. Do you, Robert?
I've heard of Illy coffee. I'm not really sure of Lavazza.
Where's Illy coffee from? Hawaii?
Not really sure where it's from, but I'm pretty sure it's the coffee that's in that metal container with the red writing on it on the store shelves. I've seen it, I think.
Italian coffee, she says.
Yeah.
It's in a metal tin can. That can't be good. This is in a nice sealed bag. Can you see it? I don't know. Yeah, I like these red stamps more. I see them. You see how that stands out.
Yeah.
Compared to the brown bag. I know we had talked about that. All right, guys, I guess I never used to drink coffee until I moved to Europe and lived there for years. Europe? Yeah, but Europe is more espresso than coffee, I think, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
Don't they do the little cups? Yeah, they're more espresso.
Yeah. Yep.
Our espresso's better than Europe's. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Yes.
Just from what I've read online.
No, you tried it. It keeps you up for 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah, but it didn't affect me none. This coffee? You're talking this coffee? No, it didn't affect me any. Yeah, England and Germany traveled all over. She said, okay, I'll try your coffee, Scotty. Like I said, if you order it now, I can ship it out. You'll have it in 5 to 6 weeks at least.
No, you got some coffee. You got some coffee on you.
Yeah, I got coffee on me that I'll ship out right from Michigan. You know, maybe I'll even put a prize in there for Michigan, like a pine cone or something. I'll put a pine cone in the box, and that'll be your prize for buying a bag of coffee. Or if you want to wait till winter, I'll throw some snow in there.
Once you try it, you'll be hooked on it.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely will. Like, and I'm being totally honest. I've tried coffee. I've never liked it. Even remember they made those little candy things or whatever they were. They were coffee drops or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, she'll be in Ohio in a month. Okay. But I couldn't even eat those. I just don't like that bitter taste of regular coffee. This does not have it. It's nice and smooth. Kind of reminds me like of tea as I guess as a flavor, kind of like, I guess. Or the way it drinks, like tea is more of a smoother thing than a coffee is. But this is coffee. I'll just drive to Michigan. We will be in Ohio in a month. Really?
There you go.
What do you want to go to Ohio for?
For the coffee.
It's in Michigan, though.
She said she'll drive to Michigan.
You're going to drive over from Hawaii? I don't know if they built the bridge yet. They will, though. All right, bud. I know I've been keeping you up, too, so we're going to shut this down. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Oh, my family lives in Ohio. Oh, I thought you were from the Philippines. Okay. Must be Philippine, Ohio. Let's see if I can name off everybody. Nip Bomb, thank you for coming again. One of these days we'll get you up here. You don't even have to show your face. You just put forget what you call it when foreigners, they like coffee. Jenny Del Cruz. Well, coffee's got a lot of good things to it, though. I mean, you can read that on any medical thing. Coffee's got a lot of good things for your body in it. So Hey, Sean Williams, you're still there. Thanks for coming, buddy. Absolutely appreciate it. Kingly Way.
I invited him.
You did?
Yeah, I invited him.
Oh, okay. Nip Bomb Avatar. What's that?
I guess he wants to see my avatar. There you go.
No, he was saying that because I couldn't think of what to call it.
Yeah. Well, this is my avatar.
Mama H, thank you. God bless you so much for coming by. I appreciate it. And everybody likes coffee. Go check out the website. If you don't like it, that's fine too. I don't force nothing down anybody's throat. Robert does that. That's his job.
I'm going to jump off the live stream because my computers are about to die.
Mama H says you got a baby for an avatar. All right, guys. Good night, everybody. Who am I forgetting, Robert? Oh, thanks, Gio, for coming on. Appreciate you spending some time with us.
All the channel links are in the bottom.
Yeah, I put everybody's channel link that was on the panel is in the description. I also got the coffee website in the description. I guess that's it. So appreciate everybody stopping by. The young lady there, that your friend of yours, I forget her name. Robert?
Yeah.
My mouse is dying on me. Jenny Dela Cruz, thank you so much for coming by to see Robert. Make him so happy. And My Simple World, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Now, I'm going to try to do another one next week. I know this one didn't go off as great as I was kind of hoping, but I'm going to try to do another one next week. So I'm looking for anybody that's a foreigner who's married to a Filipina. So
question.
Scotty, did Robert make your Facebook avatar? No, I don't think so.
Nope.
Well, he kind of did. He just doesn't know it because I clicked on his avatar and it said make one. So I made it off of that.
Nice.
But anyway, so I'm looking to do another video maybe next Thursday. So I'm looking for foreigners who are married to a Filipina. I would like to find, so husbands of Filipinas. I would like to find the couple, of course, the couple. I would like to find the husbands and wife that live in the United States, not the Philippines. So I'm looking for about 3 or 4 guys. I have a couple other people. Mrs. H, if your husband would like to come up on the panel next week, love to hear from him. Also, if anybody knows how to get a hold of Panoy Ahoy, if he's interested, ask him to get a hold of me. I haven't seen him in a long time, so I got a couple other people in mind, but I'm going to start from there. And so if you guys know any husbands that want to come up on the panel for next Thursday, get a hold of me as soon as possible so I can get it set up. And I appreciate everybody stopping in. God bless you all. Robert, thank you, sir.
Guys.
All
Bye,
right. Everyone. Have a good night, everybody. And like I said, God bless everybody for stopping by. It's just kind of a funny thing. I appreciate it if you buy coffee, but I don't, I don't force it down on anybody. So just do what you want to do. God bless you for coming in. We'll see you hopefully next Thursday. Like I said, if you know anybody, any foreigner married to a Filipina, might want to come up on the panel. Tell them to give me a call. You can give me my name and Facebook or whatever and stuff like that. Get a hold of me. God bless. Take care.